Trust the profits. It's the formula. Pull yourself up a chair. It is the cocktail lounge, and I am coming at you solo for now, but gonna have more friends joining as people slowly enter in the cocktail lounge. Am I right? Mm, mm, that does taste good. All right, we are talking Woodbine today. We might be sprinkling in a little bit of Kentucky Downs. I know Kentucky Downs has 3 minutes to post right now, but the main attraction for us right now is Woodbine. I'm not gonna Or am I? Am I going to rush in a bet on Kentucky Downs? It is tempting, guys. It is really tempting. Who's out there? I know first bet Bobby is out there. I saw you check in earlier. Marv Beatty, Woodbine. Tell it like it is, Marv. Look at our new graphics here. That looks pretty nice. Looks pretty sexy. Yes. Well, that was odd. I got exited out for a moment there. Hope we're still alive. Clicked on a button and somehow it took me out. Let me get back to the point where I'm sharing here. Yeah, share a screen, window, race card. Yeah, so we will skip. Let's see, Kentucky Downs. Kentucky Downs kills everybody, Bobby D. Let me just say this is it's not an anomaly. My picks are actually doing okay there, depending on how you use them. Surprisingly well. I have not played that much. I've a sprinkling because Kentucky Downs is a killer. It is difficult. A lot of times you really have to look deep at you have to look at trainers, jockeys, combinations, specific ones, trainers that have had success in the past. There's all sorts of weird things to look at that I think, weight more at Kentucky Downs than you do at some other tracks. So Kelsey Danner's been doing really hot there. She's had some really strong maiden outings, I want to say. She had a 99 to 1. I think she had another like 25 or 30 to 1 today. So she's been doing really well. But yeah, let's focus on Woodbine right now. Let me go ahead and share. Um, is this going to be way too small to read? I don't know. Let's see. I've got it right here. I can probably zoom in a little bit. I'm just going to go through these 7.5 furlongs. We're on the inner turf. We're not at the all wet weather right now. Purse is 52K. Inner turf for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3 races. 3-year-olds, 125, et cetera, et cetera. We've got 6 horses entered in. So I think I'm going to do some sort of small exacta box here. Let me just keep this up here. Got 7 minutes to post now. I'm going to breeze through it. 9 to 2 opening. Dreams and Schemes. Jose Luis Campos on the mount there last time out. 6th place, 10 lengths behind. Before that, 4th, 4 lengths behind. 4th, 2.5 lengths behind. You can see Campos was on the 2 previous, but not the last one. And this horse has been running back and forth between all-weather, turf, off-turf. Looking at some of these all-weathers, yeah, he's had a little bit of success in terms of getting close. So he's currently at 9 to 2 right now. And then you look at the 2 horse opening up at 6 to 1. Keva Nichols, and had a win two races ago with Keva on the mount there on turf. 6 furlongs. World Showcase currently at 9 to 2. And recently changed trainers. Was with Martin Drexler before, now with Keith Edwards. Magic Trick opened up at 2 to 1, currently at 2 to 1. Ryan Munger, the jockey there, 2 second place finishes in a row. Transferred Barnes a couple times. Second place, 1 length out last time out, but now he's changing over to Ryan Munger, who we haven't seen here in the last 10 races on this horse. But Ryan Munger, very strong jockey. Let me take this off here. Yeah, turf racing makes it hard to handicap, but Kentucky Downs is even like another level outside of that. But yeah, totally, it's a difficult trick to play here. Like the speed figures here, Magical Trick seems to have some of the best speed figures of the bunch. I'm Tenacious was on the pace, setting the pace early on, but ended up losing by 1 1/4 lengths. Let me alt tab back over so I got it here. 5 minutes to post. I'm breezing through these pretty quickly. Go ahead and drop in your bets as you got them here. Austin Adams is going to be the jockey this time. Pietro didn't take the mount here for this one. He took the horse down below at 6. We'll get to that one in a second. Adams was 7th and 3rd last time on this horse, but yeah, Pietro's got a win a couple times back with 2nd place. It's curious that he didn't take this mount now. 6-1 now, opened up at 10. Red Samurai, the 5 horse, 2 6th place finishes in a row, opened at 5-2. And again, I'm not diving too deep into this because we don't have a whole lot of time here before post. Flores was the jockey for a while, Salas, and now he's going Deshaun Gaskin. So a little bit of a flipperoo. Obviously, you see a G3 in here. So this horse has been running into some heavier. What's the word I'm looking for? Class. Thank you very much. Thank you for everyone who said that in the back. Class. And then finally, Foxy Diva opened up at 4-1, currently at 4-1. These odds have not moved a whole lot, other than I would say the 4 and the 2 bouncing around a little bit. But Foxy Diva getting Pietro. Pietro's run this horse 3 times before, got 2nd place by a neck 3 times ago. Sahin Savachi was on this horse last time out, 3rd place, 2 1/4 lengths back. I think I already sort of prepped this one myself here. I think I've got a pretty good idea of where I'm going with this. Let me just check my numbers one more time here. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna start pressing buttons here, guys. Please do hold for a second while I press my buttons. Woodbine race 1. We're going to do an exact key box with the 4 being the key and the 1 and the 3. Let's see, that's $4. I'm just going to do that for a wholesome $2. And that's going to cost a total of $8. So I will retract that from the bank now, and I'm going to hit the enter button so you guys can see what I'm doing. There we go. I'm looking for value here out of the 4. That's what I'm looking to do. If you look at the pools right now, and I like looking at the $1 exacta pools, the 4 and the 1 in different combinations pay 30 and 33. The 4 and the 3 pay in different combinations 31 and 35. Nope. Am I doing that? 28 and 35. I'm looking to hit one of those. If I pair up the 1 and the 3, then you're talking about 10 and 17. Not bad. But if I'm going to key, I'm saving money by not getting that combination. The bet itself at a $1 would cost $4 if I key, $6 if I didn't. But I'm losing that combination of the 1 and the 3. So I'm really banking on that 4. With my numbers, I like the 4 on turf a lot. I think he's got the 2nd best ratings to the 3 on turf. And I also like their last race, the 3 and the 4. I think that's the winning combination right there, is the 3 and the 4. But I do want to pull in the 1 because I think there's something about the 1 as well that I like. In terms of best win of value, the 3. What else do we have here? 2nd race off the claim for the 3. Being closer to the pace, the 1. So it's a horse that is moving up a little bit. The 3 has good closing numbers, which at 7.5 furlongs and on turf should come into play. Yeah, what else can we say here? I think those are pretty good reasons for who I picked. And let me see if I can set this up so that I can share the race. Eventually, maybe some of my profit buddies will join me. But there you have it. That is our bets. Let me get presentation mode. Let me stop sharing that screen, and I will share Woodbine. There we go. Yeah, that's much better. I do have the volume off. Not sure if you guys would be able to hear it anyway, but maybe you would. So I'm going to flip it over. I think they've done that.
The starting gate, the first race of our 7-race card to open the week of racing action sees.
Or if it comes up, nothing. Otherwise, I'll just call the race myself.
The inner turf of the races today. So,
and once again, cheers. Good luck to everyone.
And 4 it was which were scheduled have been moved to a 7 furlong distance. They're coming around to the start from the chute.
All right, 0 minutes to post.
Currently the favorite at 3-2, Magical Trick. Red Samurai blinkers off today is 3-1. Foxy Divas are shortening out 9.
And I'd like to remind everybody, hit that like button wherever you're at, and please retweet, re-X. Is that what you call it now? Re-X? I don't know. Retweet if you can. Let everyone know about this Trust the Profits broadcast we got going on here. Having ourselves a very good time. I'm gonna put that back. We should have another Profit member joining us very shortly here, I would think.
Is the gray.
If you insist.
Ah, he comes out of nowhere. How's it going, Tim?
Good. I like that you keyed the 4. I like the 4 at 8-1.
Thank you. Right at 8-1, I feel like there's some tremendous value there. So let's get on top of that. I think the 4 has been running as good as the 3 per my numbers. So let's see if we can get him up there. And a 6-horse race, getting an 8-1. I think that's about as good as it gets. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
5-2, little resistant.
And Tim, can you hear Woodbine?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I set that up right. Look at me, all by myself, doing it right. And let me flip on.
Look at us. Hey.
Gate crew opening the front of the gate.
Looks like Irad got himself a win there at Woodbine.
Opening the front now is Red Samurai's gate.
At Kentucky Downs. Wow.
I was going to say, wait a minute.
Cheers.
That dude's a jet setter.
Yeah.
He was at Kentucky Downs a little bit ago.
Just a little bit ago. Yeah. All right. We need that 4 first or second.
I said on Doubling Down last night with Colin, I said, watch out for Irad this weekend. He said a few days rest coming back after that incident.
Oh, yeah.
Watch out. And plus, he just tears up. He just tears up Kentucky Downs anyway.
Does he really? I've never.
Yeah, he was leading. He was leading jockey last year. Here we go.
He was last year. Okay, we're out.
It's a good beginning. Foxy Diva from World Showcase away nicely. Was
2's getting out an early
tenacious
lead.
to be on the pace. And early on, Magical Trick is second last. Dreams and Schemes at the back. Showing the way in the early stages. World
Remove
Showcase
this for a
getting
moment.
out to almost 2 lengths. And now 2.5 to 3 over I'm Tenacious, Red Samurai, and Foxy Diva the widest. A length away, Dreams and Schemes second last. And last of all is Magical Trick. And out in front by about 3 lengths, World Showcase. Getting closer now, Foxy Diva. Over on the inside, I'm Tenacious. And Red Samurai's in between horses, getting back towards the tail end, passed by Magical Trick.
Like where we're at, Adams
well.
is just
Dreams and Schemes is on the inside.
I was just about to say, I like
place.
where we're at right now.
And
4
he's sitting
fully
nicely
moving.
and just waiting, and he's got a horse that should be backing up in front of him. So I like it.
My only fear is the 6.
To make a run at them
The 6 breaking up our magic.
towards the final quarter. They're closing in on the leader. World Showcase about to
Let's
be
get
joined
it.
by Tenacious in second. 3 wide, Foxy Diva.
4 on top. Let's just. We're not even going to mess around. 4 on top.
Let's
4-3. Come on, 4-3.
Alongside World
Get up there,
Showcase
4.
and has gone up and leveled.
Come on,
Then
4-3.
clear of in third, Foxy Diva and Magical Trick. A battle up front. I'm Tenacious.
The one could
On
get up there
outside
too.
Coming is Foxy Diva and
three's
Magical
coming.
Trick powering home out wide.
It's the 6 though.
And
The
they
6 is
race
the one that's
around
going
Yeah,
to
they're
kill me.
both going to pass the 4
Foxy
too.
Diva in front as they hit the wire.
3-6-2.
Head bob. Foxy Diva or Magical Trick who's nudged at the wire. World Showcase in third, and then came Dreams and Schemes. I'm Tenacious, and last was Red Samurai.
It's all right. We tried.
120.
Wrong 8-1.
You know, and here's the thing that I mentioned as I was like flying through my reading there. Pietro had been on the 4 previously, but he took the mount on the 6 instead. And I noted that, but I still like the 4. Oh, the 6 nudged him out.
I think so. I thought
6
so
by
too.
a
I thought
nose.
the 6 got him.
You're right. I thought the 3. But no, it was definitely the 6. I did note that Pietro took the mount on the 6.
And 4, the half 47. And
I should have played in my thinking, but whatever. So 6. Let me mute this up a bit here. All right, you can hear me still?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, what would this pay out? I'm just curious. A 6 over 3 if we played on $1.28. That's pretty good actually. That's all right. We live and we learn.
Yeah, we got a few more races. We're all right.
Yeah, we didn't just completely send it there. 5, 10, 11 at Kentucky Downs. I'm having a little bit too good of a day at Kentucky Downs, considering I'm not playing.
I haven't been able to see it. I've been really busy today. Has it been as chalky as it was last Thursday?
No.
Good.
It's been pretty good. I've had like my top 3 picks have been playing for exactas quite often, and I've been like 1 away from trifectas way too often. Like, and especially at Kentucky Downs, that gets a little exciting. So, yeah. So my top 3 for the last race were 4, 5, 10, and it was 5, 10, 11. So I got the first horse wrong, but 2 and 3 were the top 3.
Yeah,
The top.
your sheets have been doing that a lot, to where if you take your top 3 and you box them in an exacta, it's been pretty hot.
Yeah, and taking the second horse too, in a lot of cases, has been the way to go. Like that 2 and 3, and then the 2 and the 1 have been the ones that pay off most often. Okay, so what does that exacta pay at Kentucky Downs? So IRAD winning was 10.20 on the win. The $1 exacta paid 24.74. So yeah, if I did some sort of box, that would have paid out nicely. If I would add the trifecta, that'd be 125.
I'll tell you, we were talking about IRAD right as we went into the gate. So obviously Kentucky Downs is a really limited meet. So 9 wins was the top. And IRAD actually shared that with Tyler. They both had 9 wins, but Tyler had more than double the mounts.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
Yes, he had more than double the mounts, and IRAD still tied him. Behind them, there were 2 people with 8 wins. One of those was Jose. He had as many mounts as Tyler did. And then the other person with 8 mounts, Mr. Frankie Dettori, stepped forward.
Yeah. Yeah, he's also been
tough.
really good.
You gotta watch him at Kentucky Downs, because that's very European style, and he does well there.
He does. Absolutely.
And he had more than IRAD, but much less than Jose and Tyler.
Yeah,
so
if you watch my video,
IRAD's winning percentage and in the money percentage was off the charts there at Kentucky Downs last year. So you got to consider just about everything he gets on live.
Yeah.
There were several trainers, when you go through trainer jockey stats, it's like rode IRAD 1 time, win. Rode IRAD 1 time, win. Rode IRAD 1 time, win. And it's just like, okay, I see a pattern here.
Yeah. And the interesting thing too is, like, usually when you see IRAD get a mount, you're lucky if you get like 3 to 1.
Yeah.
Right. In a standard field. But here, like this last race, he must have gotten like what, 4 to 1, 9 to 2, because it paid out 10.20 on a $2 bet. For an IRAD win, that's actually a pretty good return. That's a solid ROI. So, Tim, we have 20 minutes to post at Kentucky Downs. We have, I don't even know how many minutes to post yet here at Woodbine. I could probably flip the pit. 24 minutes. Do you want to play a little bit of Kentucky Downs, or do you want to focus mainly on Woodbine, or do you want to split the action here? What's your feel? We got $100 in the kitty, 92 now that I screwed that up. But
you know what? I mean, let's take a look at Kentucky Downs.
It's after 2 scratches, it's a 7-horse field. So it's not your usual, 12-horse romp. Yeah, we're at race 9, 19 minutes
right?
post.
Race 9.
Yeah, race 9.
Okay.
And the comment section can play along. You guys, I know there's plenty of Kentucky Downs. Yeah.
No.
That's what I'm saying. We can play around with this a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to take a quick look here. So Buttercream Babe is out, and No Mo Candy.
Yeah. Yeah, Curtis Stennett, some of these tries I was 1 away from in a couple. There's one I played a little bit off of my numbers too, and I would have hit it if I would have stayed perfectly on my numbers, but what can you do? I like to stray sometimes. That's all I can say about that. When it comes to horse racing, come on.
And our friend Sean Patrick Nolan just said, I'm stuck in traffic. He's on his way, folks. He's on his way.
We'll hold a place for you. First place at Stable Duel for Senior Stable in Kentucky Downs. Hopefully he can hold on to the end, he says. I know he's been talking a lot with you, Tim, on Stable Duel.
Mike. Yes, Mike's been tearing it up.
He has. All right. I got to mute. I got Woodbine in an ear here. Foxy Diva. 1930 for the win in that last race we just saw. That horse, if I look at the morning line, I swear that horse was way lower. That seems to be the cause giving you a gift there. Yeah, 4-1 was Foxy Diva, but in the end paid out 19-3. That worked out well for some people there. People who like the move of Pietro.
So big favorite here at Kentucky Downs of the 5. BJ getting up for Joe Sharp.
Yeah. Do you want me to run through what I've got here for Kentucky Downs? Okay, so when I do Kentucky Downs, I put like some pretty heavy weight on jockey trainer sire combinations, because a lot of times figuring that out and ignoring a lot of the previous numbers, because like you and I always say, whatever you run at Churchill Downs and Keeneland doesn't really apply when you come to Kentucky Downs, and vice versa.
Even anywhere on the turf.
Anywhere. So my number one horse is the 6, Watchtower. So the horse on surface, on turf, I have second best numbers of this group. For the distance, we're going 8 1/3, I would say, if I do the math on that correctly. I've got him as the tops. I have him as having very good closing ability. I got him as having a jockey upgrade here. Last race out, very strong. So I've got this horse kind of on the rise, a closer that's going to come from the back. You're at almost 8.5 furlongs. So I think that closing ability definitely comes into play. Then I shift over to the 4, Grayish. Oh yeah, the other thing I was going to say about the 6, he has run at KD before. I will say has not run as well as other horses in this race, even though he gets one of my top. He gets my top play here. Grayish, I have as having the best jockey trainer sire combination. You got Chad Brown, you got Flavian Pratt, Yoshida's the sire. A lot of those things come into play. The horse is very classy. It's going to come from behind in terms of winnings. Is that second or third at the distance in winnings? It's very, very close to second in terms of winnings for the distance. Even though my speed figures don't show up for this horse, again, we're judging on different scales here because this is Kentucky Downs. And then the 8, Pharaoh's Wine. Pharaoh's Wine has the best last race in my opinion. Has the best numbers for the park. Has the best numbers for the surface as well. And I also have a 3-race improvement on this horse. The last race, yes, I'm judging the last race as being very good. And if you take the last 3 races and drop the worst, he's got the best average on that. Sits pretty close to the pace, but still has a bit of a closing ability. So in order, in this 7-horse race, I have 6, 4, and 8. And if you want to know about my stats for today, so 1, 2, 3, 4 times in 8 races, I have the exacta in my top 3. So
the 6 is pretty interesting. Let me go back to what you said about your formula and weighting here.
Yeah, by all means.
It's like, I know people think you're crazy sometimes when you put weighting on things that are other than the horse. And
oh yeah.
And that makes sense to me in normal racing. But it's really hard to handicap how a horse is going to like Kentucky Downs.
Yeah.
But you can look at and judge statistical performance of trainers and jockey and trainer-jockey combos.
Yes.
And
sir.
here's the other thing. The other thing that you added, I think, is a really important thing for people to think about, and that is sire value.
Yeah.
Because there are sires whose offspring just seem to perform well at Kentucky Downs. And you just kind of have to keep a watch on that. So I like it. So speaking of Watchtower, Richard Baltus last year had only 3 mounts. He had 1 win and 1/3 and 3 mounts. The 1 win was he had 1 graded stakes entry in the entire year. He won it. He won it.
Outstanding. And currently, what are you getting on Watchtower? The horse I had tops
6-1.
6-1 came down from 15-1. So
15-1 morning line. So the horse is taking money.
Yeah. Same as Pharaoh's Wine, down to 2-1. Pharaoh's Wine is almost the favorite, coming down from 8-1, just after
Yes.
2 scratches only. Yeah. And Viva Vuv. I get the appeal of that horse too, because Joe Sharp, the trainer, who I don't have ranked highly in my trainer stats, is really good when it comes to Kentucky Downs, especially when he pairs up with like Jose Ortiz. Solid at Kentucky Downs. He's got BJ Hernandez on the mount in this one. So I get the appeal of that 5-2 horse. Sorry, not 5-2. I'm looking at Woodbine here. I think it was sub 2-1 last time I looked. 8-5 right now. So I get the appeal there.
Yeah, and a couple of things for me is that with this course, and a lot of people aren't familiar, not only is the shape a little bit different and more of a 3-turn course than a 2-turn course, the way that it sets up. Even your 6.5 furlong races are really 2-turn races. The way that kind of oval is, those are really like 2 different turns the horses have to take. So it really adds an element to the sprints, because it's hard to sprint that way with the 2 turns. And the other thing to remember is, right at that first turn there, going into the 6.5s, that's an uphill. And then when you make the second turn and or downhill, excuse me. And when you make the turn and go into the stretch is uphill. So
if you run all that way.
So one thing that I look at in my handicapping is, if you're the gate to wire type, I don't like you too much, because it's hard to hold off the closers in that uphill as you're tiring. And then if you're a closing type, if I've got better tactical horses, I'm against the deep closers, because you're closing uphill. So it adds just that little bit of an element to those that are a little more forwardly placed. And how many times do we see on regular racetracks the deep closers, and it comes down to where the tactical horses, and they're both right there, close at the wire, close at the wire. Well, it's not as close for those deep closers at Kentucky Downs. To me, those deep closers that I might have as a win candidate at other tracks, I play them underneath. I don't like them to win as much. And in this race, to me, Gray Osh is one of those horses, as is the 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're both horses that are going to want to be a little further back, and it makes me kind of like the 8 is definitely tactical. And I think, the 6 is a little bit more of a closer as well, but I like the 8 a lot based on race shape and some of the other things here.
Okay. Yeah. I think when you look at where a horse sits on the pace, it also depends on the distance they're running too. Like the 6 and the 6.5 furlongs, I think those are the ones that sit a little bit closer to the pace have a nice advantage on. So the ones I call just off the pace, but not as much as they would if it was like Turfway or some other park like that. I'll throw Turfway out. Let's say Churchill Downs or Keeneland again. Then when you start getting into 7, and I'm reading this straight from my numbers that I collect from my formula every time I go through and grade a race after I've seen like how my performance is. So once you get into 7, and then specifically 8 furlongs, the 2 tiers back crowd, right? The ones that sit like a little bit further back. So for 8 furlongs out of 36 races, 15 of the horses that have won were in my 2 tiers back crowd. So like sitting 3 or 4 lengths off the pace early on. And then, you go back, and there's obviously, you can go back further and into deeper races. 2 tiers back even works at 12 furlongs.
Yeah. And this race is a 1.70 mile, and in a 1.70 mile, posts 1 through 9 were all utilized for all 27 races at this distance. And in the post 1 through 9, big advantage to the 6 hole, 5 wins.
Ooh, that's interesting right there. How about that? Yeah, so Jen Ochoa, been hanging on to your comment here. Twirling Candy is one that I noticed as well. Into Mischief, that horse just seems to sire winners all over the place, whether it's Kentucky Derby or across the board. One of my top sires. Twirling Candy, also high, not as high as Into Mischief, but for Kentucky Downs and the 2 horse, which scratched out, was Twirling Candy. That's another solid one as well. I agree with you there. Who else we got here? Yeah, Senior Stable totally agrees with you. You need a closer, but not too far back. Todd, the Hill gets most of them. Totally agrees there. We have 8 minutes to post here at Kentucky Downs. And let me see what we have to post at Woodbine. 12 minutes to post at Woodbine. Yes, always trying to figure out who will have the ability to close up the hill. That is tricky, though. That is very tricky. 4 horses to win, has 3, 4, 5, 6 at Kentucky Downs in the race we've been talking about. So he covers some of the same horses, but he's also got a couple different ones as well. Mike T. Stalkers seem to do best at Kentucky Downs on routes. Also, outside posts have better chance at Kentucky Downs versus many others. Yeah, the post thing is one that I haven't looked into as much. I wouldn't say stalkers, though. Stalkers I consider to be much closer to the pace. I think if you're in that 6 to 7 furlong range, sure. But the further out you get, I mean, if you're talking 8 furlongs, that's when I go further back. I look for horses that are going to be sitting. I don't want them to be Sierra Leone back. I want them to be maybe like Mystic Dan back.
Yeah, but when you're looking at the outside posts, and there haven't been a lot, but 10 and out, if you're going more than 1.25 miles, don't even look at outsides. They went over.
Oh yeah,
they went over last year. Anything 10 and out went over, and anything over 1.25 miles. Now there aren't tons of those races. There aren't tons, but
yeah, I mean, there's not tons to begin with, but it's funny because there's certainly a high number of them for the number of races that they do have at Kentucky Downs, right? Yeah,
exactly.
All right.
I'm really not a fan of this 5 at 8 to 5. I just think that's an underlay. That's people, maybe betting Joe Sharp. His barn was really hot last year at Kentucky Downs.
Totally. He's had some wins already, I want to say. I haven't kept super close track, but I feel like I've seen his name pop up for some wins. Yeah. Going to look ahead to see what Woodbine looks like so we can talk through that when the time does come. Score out the 3-2. All right. Let's see, we're talking about a Woodbine now. All right, that could work. So you have an idea what you're going to play
at Kentucky Downs?
At Kentucky Downs.
Yeah, I'm trying to formulate it real quick right now.
Okay. Unless you would rather play the Woodbine pick this round.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got a Kentucky Downs play, go ahead, because you've looked at it, I think, a little more than me. So you go ahead, and I'll do the Woodbine.
If I do, I'll probably play something very close to the picks I just gave you.
That's fine. I'm good with it, because I'm telling you what, I was trying to figure out how I'm playing 6 and 8. I will say this. I'm scared of the one underneath.
You're scared of the one. Okay. Why do you like the one there?
I mean, when you're talking connections and everything else, obviously, that's a big part of it. But I just look at some of the numbers here and some of the closing fractions and things. And I think this horse, when you're looking at those who are going to close, I think he's in front of the horses that are a little further back and can close as well.
Yeah. And the connections too. Motion and Tyler.
Graham Motion and Tyler. They were 1 for 1 last year.
And 9-1 on Tyler. You got to play that somehow. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Just underneath. I don't think that horse is a win candidate, but I don't count anybody out underneath, with solid connections. That you got to look at it.
Okay.
And I'm still looking at the horse and the numbers. If it was just a pig, Tyler, he can ride a pig all day, but he's coming in last. But I don't see that with the one. It's not a win candidate, but I wouldn't leave it off my try tickets or.
I'm going to play it like it is a win
exact
candidate
chance.
because it's Kentucky Downs. So this is a 50-cent try for 9 total. All right, I'm going to hit the button on this.
Do it.
Yes. All right, I think I found a way to get all the pieces in there. So we're going to do a try key box. We want that 6 to be in the mix somehow. We are totally fading the 5 here, who is currently the favorite and opened up as the favorite at 8-5. We don't like the 5. So the 6 has to be in there somewhere, 1, 2, or 3, and then the rest have to be filled out with 1, 4, or 8. If this hits, I do think we will get paid because currently the 6 is at 7-1, and the 1 is at 9-1. The 4 is at 7-2. The 8 is at 5-2. So, I mean, worst case scenario is we get like 8, 4, 6, and that's easily going to cover the ticket plus more. But that would be the worst case scenario. I think that would probably pay about 20. But then we've got all sorts of opportunities if we get the 1 in there as well. So there we go. That's my ticket. What do you think, Tim?
I'm good with it. I like it. Those are numbers I was looking at exactly. So
perfect. Let's roll with that then. So we got that for $9. I'll deduct that from the kitty. And if you like, I can also start talking through what I got for Woodbine here.
Sure, go ahead and start talking. I'll keep an eye. We're a minute to the post at Kentucky Downs.
Okay. I got the ticker updated, taking the $9 out for the try. As we start going through Woodbine, I will give you my top 3. My number 1 here was Arctic Blonde. So this horse is getting closer to the pace. That is always something that I look for. 3 of my 4 formulas had this horse rated as number 1. I like the money that this horse has run at the distance or has won at the distance. Not a lot of pace in this race, but the last time out, this horse did set the pace. So I wonder what's going to happen here, especially at 8.5 furlongs. That's going to be interesting. A horse in a field like this of only 7 could go gate to wire. That's possible. But again, this horse is used to sitting, I would say, 2 tiers back. Also, this is probably what I would suspect to be the class of the race. Maybe there's a case you could make for another horse here. As I move along to my second horse, that'll be the number 2 horse, Momanda. The speed figures here rate out tops for me on this horse. I've got this horse on a class drop, very similar to the 6 that I just talked about. So I'm picking 2 classy horses. Here's my top 2. In terms of race times, normalized race times, I've got this one as second. In terms of last race, I've got this one as second as well. If you drop one of the last 3 races, got the top number for me there on my formula numbers. Horse usually sits 3 tiers back, but in the last race was just off the pace. Similar to the last horse I talked about, sits further back, but the last race was a little bit more forwardly paced. And then the last one I'll give you here, the 1 Love Strike. Not thrilled with my formula numbers on this, but the horse does have solid jockey trainer sire combination here. This is the 3rd race for the horse, right? So he's only run 2 races before. We're talking maidens here. So this is like potentially, especially given the jockey trainer sire combo coming up in the 3rd race. If you've got bad speed figures, the way I look at it is sometimes something strikes.
And we're off at Kentucky Downs.
And we're off at Kentucky Downs. So there you go. I got 6-2-1 for you there at Woodbine as you formulate that one. Kentucky Downs looks like the 1 jumps out in front there early on with the 6 following right behind and the 5, the 9. I love how it never looks like they're going on the right line at Kentucky Downs. They're like fading way long and then they come back. The 1 is still out there in front. Nobody seems to want the rail because they're going at
23 and 2
angle. 23 and yeah, I don't even know what that means at Kentucky Downs, to be honest with you. Is 23 and 2 fast or slow? The 5 is giving pressure to the 1 now as they're going around that turn.
And the 6 looks like he has better run than the 5 to me.
Yeah.
I like where he's at.
Yeah, I like where the 5 is at, or the 6 is at. He's just outside of the 5. The 5 does look like he wants to break up our party here, though. So we need some horses to really pass that 5. The 1 is doing his job out in front there, holding up.
9's coming with a big rush.
And they flipped it around on us. It's going to be fun to follow this one. The 1 is hugging that rail very nicely here as they are just coming out of that turn. But here comes the 6, the 5, the 9, the 3's in the back. The 4 is taking the rail, and he's going to have to make a move here. The 1 is still giving charge.
8 is flying on the outside.
Yeah, the 8. Yeah, there we go. The 8 is flying on the outside there. It looks, wow, this is going to be a tough one. It looks like
is.
the 7,
It's going to
the
be
8.
close. Here comes Tyler fighting back on the rail on the inside.
We need the 6 to pop
8
up
is
here.
up.
Where's my 6?
1 is right there. The 6 faded late.
819.
819.
Didn't get the key and didn't get the 3rd.
Tyler.
We were right to fade the 5.
Tyler, you know, kind of backed up and then came again on the inside. I was worried about him down on that rail there.
Yeah, he figured it out.
But the
All
8,
right.
the 8. That's the one I said I really loved. And
we had him there. We had him there.
no, we had the horses. It's like,
yeah. We just didn't have the 9. And
Jen Ocho. How do you not bet the Ocho?
Yeah, that's a good Ocho.
Jen
right
Ochoa. Ocho.
We have 1 minute to post at Woodbine, by the way.
Yes.
This pace could get pretty hectic if we ping pong these, so we might have to stop at some point, I realize.
Yeah. We definitely will. Hey, so you 6 and 2, and then who did you have after that?
The 1. The 1.
Okay.
I am.
Wow. You know what my 3 are in order? I'm not even going to talk about them. 6, 2, 1.
Baby. Love it.
I'm not kidding. 6, 2, 1. All right. So I like that that the 1's a little bit of a price, but
Yes.
the 6, I was hoping the 2 kept the favoritism because I do like the 6 more. I'm doing a $2 try key 6 with the 1-2. I'm
All right.
punching it in as they're going in the gate, but 6 with the 1-2.
Try key? All right.
Yes, just key in
much is that?
the 6 with the 1-2. So $4.
$4 total. So I'll just take $4 off.
6 with the 1-2. That's it. Nice and
We're
simple.
down to 79. Nice and simple. We got 79 left. And after this, we'll have 5 races at Woodbine left because it's only a 7 race card today.
Yeah.
So we got plenty to tool around with. Let me post here. Oh, let me also do this.
So that's a key, but there we go. $2 try, 6 with the 1-2, key in the 6, just on top, not key box, just key.
To the outside gate.
All right.
Like the 6
6
a lot.
on top.
It is
Sounds good.
And it's crazy though that he's kind of taking the money that he's taking a little bit. I think I thought the 2 would be the favorite.
All in,
Yeah.
locked up.
Yeah, I kind of thought so too.
Off their race, a tad slow.
Ooh.
Storm bore out a bit and
Not a good start for the 7.
Arctic Blonde with over to the inside, Momunda up the rails, pushing up to
We almost
join
got our
Love
trifecta
Strike,
right there.
taking the drop.
He was
in
trying to
fourth,
head back to
Blaze
the
of
barn.
Mischief, followed by Black
Yeah.
Goddess, Conquer the Storm, and Sunnyville is over on the inside. Turning out the stretch narrowly in front, Momunda on the rail, Love Strike. They are the leaders by a length to Arctic Blonde. Takes a nice trail in third. 3 across the track in behind. The widest, Conquer the Storm. Blaze of Mischief the inside, and Black Goddess the center as Conquer the Storm continues to move up in fourth. And last is Sunnyville. Only 4 lengths covers the field as they hit the backstretch, and in front narrowly, Momunda continuing to hold the rail though. Love Strike pushing up to take a slender lead. A length away, Conquer the Storm. Arctic Blonde is tucked up on the inside, has traveled well. 3 across the track at the back, and they are Sunnyville, Black Goddess, and on the inside, Blaze.
Pretty tight.
They race through a
Pretty
half
tight.
with a half mile to run here, and little between Love Strike and Momunda as they pick up the tempo slightly. It's been a
25:03 and
49:8.
Third,
Come on,
the
Fraser.
Storm, the widest. Over on the inside, Blaze of Mischief joining Arctic Blonde. Sunnyville is next to last, and last
Fraser's
Black
not
Goddess. Love Strike the leader. They come to the 5-6.
I'm surprised the
Pressed
7
by
didn't
Momunda,
dive and
trying
try
get
to
away now,
pass.
Love Strike. Sunnyville
Wow,
taking
the
off
four's
the
coming
outside.
Four's
coming
alive.
quickly. In the center goes Arctic
Wow.
Blonde. On the inside, Blaze
Yeah,
of
the
Mischief
2's fading
gaining ground
badly.
still. Next to last, Conquer the Storm.
Whoa.
Dropped out of Black Goddess.
That is
Sunnyville
tight.
ranges up. Love Strike is in front.
Yeah, that 4's going to
Tackled
beat
by
us.
Sunnyville, Arctic Blonde coming through in the setup. On the inside, Blaze of Mischief a danger.
Yeah,
Any of
2's
the 4
gone.
as Sunnyville goes to the front. Blaze of Mischief coming home on the inside of Love Strike. Sunnyville, Blaze of Mischief, Love Strike, Arctic Blonde, and then Black Goddess, Blaze of Mischief on the inside, Love Strike, and Sunnyville back in front, Love Strike. Love
Wow.
Strike in the center.
Wow.
The winner. Bob, I
What a
believe,
good
from
race.
On the outside, Sunnyville
Wow.
on the rails, Blaze of Mischief, then Arctic Blonde, and race time 1:49.04.
1, 3, and
It is a
4
hit
to
Bob
the wire
photo.
together.
Woo. If anyone had that, congratulations. That's going to pay.
You know, I took the 2 over the 4. I like the 4, but I ended up taking the 2 over the 4. I really like the 1 a lot, but I would have never had the 3.
Photo for the win. The first quarter, 25
Never.
flat.
Same
The half a mile, 49 and 4. 3 quarters, 114 and 4. The mile, 142, and the time is 149 for 100ths. Race 2.
I mean,
No, I would have had the 3.
The winner is 1.
I would not have had
the photo for place. 1 and a photo.
They're pretty close. Is it 1, 3, and 4, or 1, 4, and 3?
It's so close.
7.
I wouldn't call it. It's those 3 horses, but
yeah. Wow. Yeah, 1, 4, 3.
It's so close. I think it's 4-3. I think the 4 got the bob outside, but it's really close.
Whew.
And Mike had the 1 in Stable Duel.
Well played.
Sunnyville. Third is 3 Blaze of Mischief.
1-4-3
was 6 Arctic Blonde.
1-4-3
race 2.
I'll tell you what. I'm looking again. I always go back and look like, what did I miss? And they could run the race again right now and say the result's going to be the same, and I'm still not putting the 3 in there.
So one thing I will hindsight, right?
I don't see it.
When I do maiden races, when it's not maiden special weight, I got to remember to do this more often. I got to change my rhythm here. I look at the way I score the last race and just use that purely. If I do that, I have 3, 2, 4 in that order. Of course, I lose the 1 if I do that, who's the winner, but I pull in the 3 and the 4. I have them graded as higher than the 6. And I looked at this now, and maybe because we went through it so quickly, it being maiden, yeah, that's how I can make a case for those 2.
Based on the 3's last race?
Based on the way I scored the 3's last race, I have him as being the best last race of the group.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't see that at all. I mean, he was lowest class race of the entire field in the last race. The time,
I'll look at my numbers. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out. That's all. I'm not arguing. It's just like,
you're good.
I'm just looking at it like, and because if you look, I mean, the 2 was in the exact same race and finished much better. How's the 2 not ahead of the 3?
Yeah.
The winner is Love Strike.
Oh.
Yeah, just put him over there. Over there.
Three-year-old Bay
I got him as close. Sometimes there's certain.
Jesse Corona in Ontario continues.
Here, let me
there's something else in the formula that's pushing him up, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I look for a couple different things that I take away from and add to because of. So if you have a worse jockey per my numbers, then I give you a little bit more credit for that. If you get bumped in the race, I give you a little bit more credit for that, thinking if you weren't bumped and had a better race, then you would show up higher. So there's certain things like that that I look for that make adjustments on my previous race.
Yeah, I get it. That makes sense. They're always that's what I was saying. There had to be a factor in there that was
right.
Pushing that when it was more than just the race.
Right. Exactly. All right. We'll get there, guys. We'll get there. All right. So
I'm skipping Kentucky Downs. I'm going to
You're skipping Kentucky Downs. Okay. Yeah.
I need to get my head in the right place here so that we
made a very quick transition there. I agree.
And you know what I really need formula is I rushed home and got everything set up and jumped, and I did not grab a drink, and it is the cocktail lounge. So I'm going to do that real quick.
Yeah, go do that. All right, here we go. Now with Tim gone, I'm going to just talk about Kentucky Downs all day long. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
I heard that.
How you guys? Yeah, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. All right, how you guys doing out there? Did anyone get a hit there at Woodbine? I saw Marv. I see a lot of people had some of the same horses we did. Marv, it looked like you had the 6 on top there, so obviously you missed that. Didn't have the 1. Bob, you did have the 4 there, the number 2 horse, but just like us, you had the 6 number 2. So you missed out on that, unfortunately. Yeah. We'll get them, guys. We'll get them. We're here for a while. All right. So we will turn the page. Next up, we got a claiming race going 8.5 furlongs on the all-weather surface. 7 horses entered in. And looks like we got a scratch there, so only 6 horses left. No biggie. Ooh, I've got something in my formula I got to correct here. That's comical. We will wait for Tim to get back before we get through this. Coming up at Woodbine. And also, yeah, missed it by that much. Yeah, I mean, that was a close race, Bob. I think, yeah, a few of us missed it by that much, right? Pretty close, pretty close. All right. So let's see. We got going at Kentucky Downs. Next race we have coming up here is allowance optional claimer. Second to last race, the penultimate. And the 11 horse Matawid is currently your Quality Road, Michael Maker, Irad Ortiz currently at 2-1 over there. But like Tim said, we are going to concentrate on Woodbine. Let me remove this and also mute up on my end so it's not in my ear. There we go. I guess we can put that back. And we'll get to you guys in just a second here. Anyone doing well at Kentucky Downs? I think we talked through that already. Extremely difficult track. Had some things that have gone well. Other things have not. I have not played that much there. Probably for the best. I will say, though, if I go through Kentucky Downs, Matawid, the 11, who's currently at 2-1. Yeah, I might as well go through this now while Tim's not here. At 2-1, I did have that as being the highest, my top horse for this race. There's some significant formula agreement here on this one. I got a second place and a third place, 2 first places for this horse. So that all makes sense. The number 2 horse, again, I talked already about Maker, 12 furlongs in this race. And I've got this horse is having the best closing numbers, getting a jockey upgrade. Irad Ortiz, obviously jockey upgrade there. The next horse I have coming up here at 5-1 currently is the 9 horse Emergence. So Emergence I have is having the highest jockey trainer sire combo. Brad Cox, Tyler Gaffleone, Uncle Mo. Yeah, all that makes up for a really strong jockey trainer sire number. Sitting just off, sitting two tiers off the pace. Really like the stretch power on that horse. Some of the best, most recent races coming from the 9 Emergence. Wish you can get a better number than that, though. Cyber Ninja, the 2, is my 3rd. So Cyber Ninja, getting closer to the pace, closes ground nicely. Jockey upgrade there as well. John Fisher, the trainer. Jose Ortiz, always dangerous. Arrogate is the sire there. Always a good sire. May he rest in peace. So yeah, those are my numbers here. 11, 9, 2. If I were to look through this and pick a wild card, so we're going. Yeah, if I were to look for some sort of deep impact horse here, a horse that is probably not getting bet up as much as he should, I'm going to go with the 7 Presider. Yeah, the 7 Presider. I like looking for horses in deep races that run those courses well. That's when you really start to see the distinction. The top horse for me that runs this distance well is Emergence, followed by Matawid. But then Presider at 13-1, I got him as being super close as well. So I see significant value there, and I have his last race grading out for me as being his top, the top last race of all the horses in this race. So yeah, if we're talking Kentucky Downs, 11, 9, 2, but then Presider being my my deep value play there. And who's the deepest value play of them all?
Right.
John Patrick Nolan, the Spin
Hey,
Nation
buddy.
is in the house. How's it
How are
going,
ya?
my friend?
Ay, ay, ay. hour and 13 minutes to get home today in Boston. Absolutely crazy.
That sounds about right. Were bridges closed?
Yeah, exactly. Seriously, that might as well have been.
And the Oscar goes to?
Yes, sir.
Patrick Nolan.
How
Tim is
are
here.
you? Huh?
I'm doing well. Tim is here, refreshing his beverage. We bounce
good.
back and forth between Woodbine and Kentucky Downs.
Oh, good.
And I don't
okay.
know if we will do that again. I am just filling the air now with all sorts of Kentucky Downs talk as we wait for Tim. And we are going to, we've each done a race at Woodbine. Haven't won yet, but it's going to come.
It is going to come, yep.
It's going to come. It's going to come.
Yes.
Yeah. And let's see, post time. I'm just taking a look here. Post time, we got 19 minutes. Plenty of time to rest and relax before we have to get into Woodbine action.
Yes.
And I will be, I'll probably drop after this race, and
Okay.
I'll probably join back up again from the car for the last maybe 2 races. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Excellent.
I love it too. I love it too.
Excellent. Fantastic. We got the mayor of Turfway getting ready for our suite for opening night there at Turfway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's down there. He's painting the benches. Exactly.
I need the mayor of Turfway to describe the suites at Turfway for me in full on detail as much as he can. As much as he can.
He's paying for all the food and everything, the beverages, so which is great. So
what a kind soul. Seriously.
See, exactly. He aims to please down there. You know. Doesn't do anything, just half-assed, Yeah. Exactly. So
Indeed.
All right, we're in the third race coming up here.
Third race coming up. We might as well make this your race since you just joined us, right? I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah. Rick Johnson. Yes, I am out of the car right now, but I may be joining in the car later. You may get both sides of me today. It's just how the schedule works out. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So I'll go ahead and talk as we're waiting.
Yeah, go ahead, bud.
I want to save it for Tim, but hey.
There
Actually, no, there's something I have to make a correction on, and I don't know where.
Okay.
Ooh, interesting. I didn't think that there was an error in here, but I'm hunting for errors. So I'll have to take a look and see where this is. Give me 1 second here.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah. Feel free to talk through some comments.
There tonight in
there we go.
The land. We got Mike. Mike was doing really well at Kentucky Downs, I saw.
Someone's doing well at Kentucky Downs?
Yeah, Senior Stable, I think, was doing well at Kentucky Downs.
Yes, that's right. Senior Stable, that Mike. We've got too many mics. Sorry, Senior Stable.
Too many mics.
He's doing well. He was doing well there. Absolutely. Okay. Now I'm good to go.
There you go.
Yeah, we got a claiming race, 8.5 furlongs on the all-weather surface, 39.9K in the purse, claiming for 15K. My number 1 pick. Top play tonight. I am shocked this is not currently the favorite, but was at one point. I am guessing in the play of the lines here. But Nikki is a breeze, the 7 horse. Yes.
Dougie McPherson. Yes.
Woo. Dropping in class, got a little bit of closing ability. If you look at my formula numbers on this horse, it is just like the heat map is all green on this one, right?
Yeah.
Green being the good. The only place where I think this horse doesn't win for me, just a shade off, 0.1 off of the best last race of the group. And I'm going to get to that one in a moment. And that one looked like a value play, but I think that has changed since. But all those numbers for me look really good for this horse in 9 races. Got the 1 win, 3 times in the money. The purse value here, pretty darn good for the horse. I would say tied in terms of purse money to my number 2 pick, the 5, currently sitting at 5-2.
Okay.
Perfect Girl. Loves the turf, but is going to have to do what she can on the Tapeta, the all-weather. I think she's going to be just fine on that. It's a horse that does sit a little bit closer to the pace, has been advancing closer to the pace in 10 races, 1 win, 3 times in the money. And like I said, winnings per race, about 3,000 winnings per race at the distance, 4.6, very close to the last horse I talked about, the 7. They both sit about the same place off of the pace, if I can word that properly. These horses look very similar to me in a number of ways. Yeah. And then if I'm going to give you a third horse opening at 12-1, but currently sitting at 5-1, the 6 horse Daddy's Daisy had the best last race for me. So it gets a little bit of bump because of that. 1 win in 10 races, but 4 times in the money. So you're getting some value there, especially if you're going to play something with a second and a third. Yeah, I like where this horse sits on the pace too. I think going to be really nice in an 8.5 furlong affair. Going to have a little bit of a closing ability. So my top 3 in a 6 horse race would be 7, 5, and 6.
7, 5, and 6. I like it.
And I am avoiding the current favorite. The favorite's bouncing around a bit. The 2 is sorry, the 1 is currently the favorite. That surprises me a tad.
Yeah, the 1, 5, and 7 are kind of bouncing around like a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can get some value here though.
I've noticed that.
Yeah, let's see. Were the breeze net numbers good? Yeah, for turf. Yeah, if I look at the surface, who has the best numbers? It's easily the 7 for me.
Yeah.
I would even consider, if I were running this race, and I know you are, so I don't want to step on your toes.
Yeah.
I would consider just pushing all in on the win on the 7, right? Because I'm looking at
the breeze. Yeah.
Yeah, because at 3-1, I feel pretty good about that horse. You know, I'm just trying to think of other ways to play it. I guess we could play like a couple horses underneath and try that out. Maybe there's some value there. But again, we don't even know Tim's thoughts on this race. I'm just poking around and running it as if it's my own. Oh, hey.
There's Tim.
Think of the devil. I'm sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wow. Yep. Okay. Okay. I will say the trainer numbers on the 5 in small sample sizes, right? The all-weather numbers are very strong. The route numbers are very strong for this trainer. If you look at like a lot of those specific trainer numbers underneath, there's pretty good.
Yeah, this is an interesting race for sure. Yeah, and you know, Doug's picking the 7 because he's actually the trainer of the 7, so he has to pick a 7. But exactly. Yeah, so I think this is a fascinating race. I think they've kind of got exactly where this race comes down to, is the 5, the 1, and the 7 with and I agree with Formula 6 kind of be on the outside perimeters. If they can run a good race, they could definitely get in the mix. This is an interesting field because you look at the one Miss Hotshot, the throw the turf race out, has run pretty consistently on the poly track, especially at a mile and 16. It even ran a really good. Xavier Ford seems to fit this horse very well. So I can see why they're 2-1. When Xavier's ridden this horse, he's done pretty well. And you just throw that turf race completely out. But he's over 15 at Woodbine, but he's getting better. The 5, I agree with you, Tim, has run the best races. And Glazier puts Rothy up back, which I like. You know what I'm saying? When a trainer changes, but they keep the jockey on, that's a great switch to me. And this horse he's run 61 to 61 and 51, but I think the 51 was because it got steadied. So I think there can kind of be an excuse for that. The 7 is the interesting horse to me because he was running against Sultan in a maiden special. They dropped him down to Spun Around. Spun Around's not a bad horse at all. Came in 7th, but was bet down. Interesting. He was 3-5 wide the whole way. You know what I'm saying? And finally, they decided, okay, let's put him in the sandbox where he can win, and in the right friends, right sandbox, and he just really in a hand ride. If you watch the race, I know the field wasn't great, but he just hand rode him the whole way. I mean that in a complimentary way. So to me, I thought this was an interesting race. I think it is the 1, 5, and 7, as they say. I'm trying to think of how to play this because I think and this is one of those things where the people out there, okay, if you're doing like an exacta box 1, 5, 7, that's $12. But if someone's only paying 14, you're not making anything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm almost debating: do you just go straight on the animal and just hope that he's or she's the best, or is she the best, or do you try to get a little creative? But I was 1, 5, 7 either way, and then you could almost have them in any order, and that's what the board is showing.
Well, I give you some time. Oh God. Yep. Yep. Wow.
Okay.
Good luck.
Be right back. I just have an echo. Be right back.
Yeah. Yeah. When you guys were all gone, I had 11, 9, 2, and 7 as my long shot pick. Okay. Fair enough. I get it. We got some gems of comments out here, by the way. Mayor of Turfway checking in. The Turfway Suites, I did ask him to describe them to us. Walls covered in used maroon plush velvet material. Got a deal on some old Pizza Hut booth seats and positioned along the wall. You could just picture this. This is sensational. Kept the original vinyl chandelier from Peddler's Mall. It sounds lovely. Yes, exactly. And then when I said, speak of the devil, Tim is not the devil. He's the wizard from Monty Python. My name is Tim. Yes, I know where you're coming from, Rick Johnson. I know where you're coming from. And then the mayor again checking in, though, against state law, we allow smoking in the suites. I'm sure they crack a window, though, right? There's a window crack somewhere, so they get around it somehow. We can if someone asks, yes. Mr. Bias checking in, locked in for World Cup, but dropping in. Hit like the boys. Those Colombians are a lock. He's playing the 1. Misses hot shot. There we go. He likes the 1. So Rick Johnson, 7 will end up being the favorite. Doesn't look like it right now, though. 7's currently sitting at 4-1. Looks like it's between the 5 and the 1 to see who's going to be the favorite. Kentucky Downs tri-wheel for Curtis Stinnett. Got the 7 with the 2, 7, 9, 10, 11. And then try key box here at Woodbine, a 5 with 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. That covers all the bases right there. You just got to get the 5 in there. All right, got the 1 and the 5 in stable duel for Senior Stable. 1, 5, 6, 7 for 4 horses to win. And then, yeah, we're checking out the Mayor of Turfway. He's got 1, 5, 7 in a try box, much like you guys have been talking about here. So that gets you guys up to date. We got 4 minutes to post. I told Sean he could have this race. I'm sure he's going somewhere to. Yeah, absolutely. So we will assume. Yeah. And shocker to everyone, Curtis, we have the same bet, but I also added the 8. The Ocho is in play for Ochoa. Good luck, James White, with your daily double here. 3, 4, 5, and 3. Good luck there. Good luck there. Singling the next race with the 3. All right. And I haven't even looked. I imagine they are off and probably. Oh, no, they're still loading up at Kentucky Downs. Slowly but surely. And don't call me Shirley. I keep thinking when they go through the scratches in race 11, I keep thinking they truncated part of the names. Like they've got a horse named Strong in there that got scratched. Just Strong. What do you want to call this horse? Strong. Anything else? No. And then the horse scratched before that, Politics. Combine those and you get a name. Strong Politics. I've got Strong Politics, right? That's a horse name, not Strong and not Politics, but Strong Politics. Going 1.5 miles for 200K. Loading them up. And I do have a play for the last Kentucky Downs race that I'm throwing out there. Just a little try key box in a maiden special. Mm-hmm. And we're all. Wow. Wow. That is sensational. And it,
Wow.
yeah.
Oh, we're in the Woodbine.
Oh, should we bet?
Yeah, I'm gonna just do 5 to win and place in the 7.
All right. Did you type it in?
No, I'll type it in. You know.
Okay. I'll let you do it then. And I'll take 10 out of the kitty.
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck.
There you go.
We're left with 69, dude. Here we go. Looks like the 12 is getting out in front there for the finale. 12 is going to win. 11 is a little too far off. 12, 7, 9. Nice. Two of my other picks were up there, though. I just didn't have the 12.
Reward.
Nice cold. What can you do?
Was it 10 off the board? Oh, let me get
Yeah.
the sound there.
It was 12, 9, 7.
Hot shot. And Perfect Girl is last out the stretch, showing the early lead
Our
as
7
they take the turn. It is Nikki is a
went
breeze
off
getting
at
away
2 to
now to
1.
lead across to the inside.
No.
From Easter Sunday
Yeah.
Girl.
No,
Up
those
third,
slow.
Daddy's Daisy and Madam Gwen back on the inside in fourth. Perfect Girl improving to second last. Last, Mrs. Hotshot. With a
25.
break
That's
about
slow.
3 lengths,
That's
Nikki is a
good.
breeze up the back stretch is the clear
Take
leader.
that with the
Easter
distance.
Sunday Girl. On the inside, Madam Gwen coming up 3 wide. Daddy's
Yeah,
Daisy, a
the
length and a
50
half
half.
away is Perfect Girl getting a stride going. And last is Mrs. Hotshot. They come after
they're
Nikki is
catching
a
up.
breeze, whose leader's down to a length. In second, Easter Sunday Girl covering ground. Daddy's Daisy on the outside, but putting up a second spot now. A length to Madam Gwen, Perfect Girl, and 2 lengths to Mrs. Hotshot at the back. They race along towards the 3.5, and they still chase Nikki is a breeze. Nikki is a breeze by a length. Daddy's Daisy second, Easter Sunday
right.
Girl third, taking off is Perfect Girl. Madam Gwen dips to second last, and starting to be revved up is Mrs. Hotshot. As
Oh,
they
there goes
come
the
down to
5.
the 5/16, the leader by a length. Nikki is a breeze.
Oh, she
Perfect
hasn't
Girl,
asked
despite being
yet.
last out the
Come
gates,
on,
run up
Daisy,
on the
you haven't asked
outside
me
well. Daddy's
Fives
Daisy's
have
dropped
used a
off
lot
and
of
going to
energy
third
to
Easter
get up. You
Sunday
may be
Girl.
the best,
And Mrs. Hotshot and Madam Gwen make their
Come
moves,
on,
but
Fraser, you
Perfect
haven't asked
Girl
him
comes
yet.
alongside.
Come
Nikki
on,
is a
Nice
breeze,
turn
but
by the
up against the
7.
rail in front. Perfect Girl trying to
5
level.
isn't a
And
cannon,
now
though.
going up on
Fraser,
Here
the
comes the
you haven't
outside.
7.
asked him yet.
Rally, baby.
Some Perfect Girl get the upper hand from Nikki.
Rally,
is a breeze.
7.
Come
Coming
on,
home
Fraser,
pretty
you haven't
well
asked
down
him
the
yet.
center.
Get up there,
Is
Nikki.
Madam Gwen.
Oh, here
And
comes
Madam
4.
Gwen chasing Perfect Girl. Perfect Girl
No,
coming
4,
down to
go.
win. Perfect Girl, a length and a half to
Yeah,
Madam
4
Gwen.
is 5, 4,
Third,
7.
Nikki is a
You know
breeze,
what,
and a gallop
though?
to Easter
I'll
Sunday
tell you right
Girl.
now,
They ran the
betting off
time
Drexler is not the great
47
move.
and 9/100.
Even though he just won 9 to 5, I'm not betting 9 to 5 on a horse that just is coming off Drexler's barn. That's
Yeah.
not my move. I'll
Okay.
lose every time.
Fair.
Than betting
Right.
off Drexler's barn. That's
Next
20.
Race
How did he
9, Perfect
stop?
Girl
25,
over 4, Madam
49,
Gwen.
113. Man.
7, Nikki is a breeze.
Wow.
3 Easter Sunday Girl. 5, 4, 7, 3.
Hi, Jenny.
And the first quarter went in 25, a half 49.
Madam Gwen.
3/4.
Walcott.
1:13
He just
and
fell the
2
other day.
mile.
Glad to see him back.
1:39 and 4. The time 1:47 and 9. 100.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. Yeah, I was almost going to do a 5-7 there. Just the exact.
Ah.
But I went with the 7 only because I just don't like going with Drexler off the claim,
Yeah.
off of his barn. They don't
Right,
often run as well, but this one did. And then and putting Raffy up was huge because it kept the consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 4, I did not expect.
Yeah, he's not the greatest off claim, so that's good. Yeah, yes, that's good. No, I'm saying good for him. He's a good guy. Yeah.
All right,
That's why
guys,
I
I'm
went
going to
with
drop
7.
off. I might join you guys again
Yeah.
later for the last
Okay.
maybe 2 races or so. So hopefully I'll see you again.
Fantastic.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, buddy. Crazy. All right. We're doing good. A little crazy traffic up here in Boston. For God's sake, it took me like an hour and 10 minutes, but we made it. It's almost the weekend. We got a great weekend coming up. Another great weekend, Tim, coming up at KD down there.
Perfect Girl is the winner for Michael Glazier. Mike Glazier is the owner of the winner, bred by Green Lantern Stables LLC.
Huh? No. Weird. No, I'm definitely seeing on the screen. Yep. Yep. Curtis, did you hit? Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. Hold on a second. Oh, Jen got the try. Nice job. James got the try. Look at this. Love it. People hit. Yeah. Curtis hit both trifectas. Nice job, Curtis. I hit the 12 in the stable goal. Well, now he's there. You did disappear there for a second, and then now you're back. Oh, okay. Shh. I haven't blocked, folks. Don't tell him. I haven't blocked. He doesn't know. Yeah, see, let us know if you can see Tim on the live feed. Yeah, I can see you totally. Yep. Weird, huh? Huh. That's weird. Huh? We can hear you. Bobby had the exacta. Nice job, bud. Master of Fox Sounds had me going there for a bit. He got swallowed up. Oh. $118 for the try. Nice job, everybody. Well done. Look at that. Well, that must be at but $93 for the try here at Woodbine. Both nice. Nice trifectas. How long do we have, Tim, until the next race at Kentucky Down? Kentucky ring keeps falling down. There we go. Okay, Tim's probably gone. Nice exacta, nice trifecta. We love seeing people win in the place. That is why we love having you guys here. And we'll try again there. Tim, can you see you on the live feed?
There I am. Yep, I'm back.
Ah, he's back. There you go. Better than ever. There you go.
I'm back.
Love to see it. That was, yeah. I thought with those fractions, I thought he was just going to walk the dog there at Woodbine, didn't you? When I saw
Yeah, no, I mean, it was really slow up front. You would have thought he could have held on a little better than that.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, at least second. Jeez. But we move on. We move on.
We do.
And at 6-5, I still wouldn't. I know we're all geniuses after the race. I like the 5. I did not like him at 6-5. You know, but exactly. Curtis 236 at KD. Nice job. Fourth race, we move on. 7 furlongs, optional 40. And what is this? Fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races. Look at this. Tim's category.
Love
right
him. I like it.
Yes, exactly. And yeah, this is an interesting race here for sure. Is this off this was not on the track, this was on the poly track, right?
Yeah, 7 furlongs on.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. This is an interesting race here coming up. All right, let's go to this thing here. Okay.
Yeah, everything we're completely off turf, right?
Yeah. Today we are, yeah. Yes, TM. We did watch, my friend. Yeah. And yeah, very glad Irad's okay. And he's riding today. Is he riding today? Yeah, he is.
Yes, he had a win a couple races ago.
He did. Okay, so he's already riding at Kentucky Downs today. He actually the next day was at the track accepting his jockey trophy. That shows how. But
yeah, he was there, and you know they were saying on track that he was even thinking about riding, but he made what I think is a smart decision, and you know just decided let's rest my body a little bit.
Right.
I'm sure he was sore and everything, even though he didn't have any big injuries. I'm sure he was sore and bruised.
No, absolutely, absolutely. So okay, so we have 19 minutes race. We have the 7 is scratched in this race, huh? So we have 6 horses in this race. I think this race is an interesting one for sure. And my top pick, I'm hoping the light bulb angle has gone off a little. I'm going a little pricier on top. Spell check, Cititard and Pietro Moran. I like the fact that this horse at 7 furlongs last time. Interesting. Did you ever notice him? As I was doing my handicapping last night, I find it interesting that the form has spell check as 0 for 0 at the distance, yet he won his last race at 7 furlong.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So I was like, okay, we're just not counting his. I guess you have to win in another category to be counted as a distance, but 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 I like the fact I watched this race last time. He was very comfortable out in the 7 furlongs. Even as 2 races ago, he broke out. He's no match late, but I think this horse is just starting to maybe the light bulb angle. Sometimes Cititard's animals take a while to get going, but I thought maybe this horse at 40 maybe found the right level here where he could get up in the. I don't know about necessarily winning, but I have him maybe first, second, or third for sure. The favorite is More Money Honey, Josie Carroll, and Ramon Hernandez. Chuck the turf race right out. That was, and he almost led the whole way, but then he said I don't want anything more on this turf anymore. But the mile 16th race last time was between. He was taken back, and then he came on again, and I love the switch to Rafi Hernandez, and I think this guy's going to be a money player in this race for sure. My long shot, and then my third pick. Let me see what I have here. It was the one, Tandy Honey with an E. Micah Matane, Esjuan Flores. Like the race last time, best of the rest, but it was really coming on. Speed doesn't seem to be holding on too much well here on this track tonight. Maybe this horse, but interesting, this horse on 7 furlongs has both led and come from behind. I love versatile horses on polytrack. I think it's a very important quality. So I think this one's going to be live here too. So I was 3, 6, and 1. Not very exciting, but
no, I'm going to try to get a little more exciting.
Okay, I like it.
And the first thing I'm going to do is I don't even have the favorite in my top 3.
Yeah. Wow. Love it. Check it out.
So I do not. Look, here's the thing about the 6. I mean, this 6 has only gone 7 furlongs 5 times. Yeah. Does have 1 second, but let me look at the go backwards. A mile on the turf, a mile and a 16th on the artificial. Here's a 7 furlong. Finished beating my more double-digit lengths. A mile on the turf, a mile on the turf, a mile and a 16th on the artificial, 7.5 on the turf. Another 7 furlong on the art. Yeah, that's beating another almost double lengths, 9 1/4. So, I mean, this horse's worst races are at this distance.
Yeah.
And doesn't have a good record at the distance. And I just think that there are better horses in here who have shown up at these 7 furlong races against equal foes and done better than the 7 has. So I'm going to try to beat the horse. I've actually got Tea and Honey with an E on top.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like the 1. I think on the non-winners of 2, you've been around long enough. You know, I like to look at the win. This one won the maiden race at the distance, Sean, in a maiden optional claimer, 40,000.
Yep.
As a favorite, beat some good horses in there who have all come back to win. And it's just like, I think that was a good race. In the last few races, the last 2 in particular, this horse has been coming on for seconds and third, but that last one just got, came up for second, was the 2-1 favorite in there, 5-2 favorite, and just got beat. But in the races before that, this horse wanted to get back to the 7 furlong distance. So now we're 2 races in a row at the 7 furlong distance. I think this horse now moving back to Flores from Ford, who rode the last 2 times. I think that that's a move forward and that this horse does pretty well. This used to be in the Centennial Farms barn, Sean. So.
Yep.
So my second pick here,
the Niagara version. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But the 3-horse spell check that you mentioned, I like for some of the same reasons. This horse broke the maiden last out. So that was a decent race. The numbers don't match up with the 7 furlong win of the 1 when that one broke the maiden. But I do like the recency. I like that Pietro stays aboard this one. He's riding really well. Gets up for Cititard. You can't count those 2 out. They're doing pretty well overall. So I've got the 3 being right there. So 1, 3, and then I'm going to try to get a little bit of value underneath those 2, and I'm going to go to the 5, Reload.
Yeah, that was my 4th horse. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I just like this horse for Danny Yu, and this is where Ford lands in this race. Did he choose this horse over the other one? I don't know. This is another one that just broke the maiden last time out, and granted. That doesn't look good on paper because that one was on the turf,
Right.
but this horse at the distance does have a win in a second here, so I kind of like that. I think this distance is what this horse wants to do. I think it's an underneath pick at best here, but I think the 5 can be a part here for a little bit of a price. 11. What was the morning line on this one? It was a little longer. 10-1 was a morning line, and we're getting half that. So not as good as I would like, but I did like this one at a bit of a price. And I still don't like the 6. I mean, on paper, looks pretty good there in the flesh, but on paper, there are things that I just want to play against here.
Yeah.
Could win the race. I mean, there's no doubt about it that things support this horse winning. But for me, I'm just going to try to play against this horse.
Yeah, exactly. Mark is 1 and 5. Good luck, Mark and Betty. Bobby D's got a Kentucky Downs exacta box 5-1 with 312, and Woodbine's got exacta box 6-3 with 4-1. Good luck, Bobby. Bobby's hit the Sully asking as usual.
I'm ignoring Sully. The stick is getting old. I'm it's the same.
Looks like a nice day up there, at least, huh?
Yes. And you know what else is up there, Sean?
Yep.
Riders up!
The riders are
Riders
up.
up.
That's what's up.
That is what's up for sure.
Riders up. Riders up, Uncle Sully.
Yeah, the 6 coming up. Looks like a nice day up there.
It does.
Oh, Mark's UK. Okay, there you go. Thank you for joining us with that. Yeah, I find this interesting. It's intriguing. Yeah, definitely like that one. You know.
I do too. I really like the one. Even if I was to include the 6 here, though I would pick the 1 over the 6.
Yeah. Curtis Sennett's got a Kentucky Downs tri-wheel 5 with the 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, 12. Woodbine tri-key 1 with the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 horses to win. He's got 1, 4, 5, 6.
Actually, Rick, I prefer Tim the Enchanter.
Coming down that hill. It'd be interesting to see. I haven't looked on the screen when they kind of go on the pan view shot out there. Is the turf course ripped out?
Yeah, I've been wondering myself. Look at that. 3 people are picking the 1 on top.
Yeah. 1, 6, yeah, 6, 3. Some people, some love for the 4 in the middle there.
That's what I was about to say. Some people like the 4 over the 5. I did look at the 4. I just landed on the 5 a little bit. So I like the 5 a little bit more based on some of the things. Even though the last 3 races have been turf, last race for the 4 was also turf, and this one did break the maiden 2 back at this distance at the same maiden optional claimer 40,000. So pretty interesting. That's another one though, Sean. Look at that. 2 back, race 7 furlongs. What does Daily Racing Form say for the distance? How many times?
Yeah, 0.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Nobody's run this distance at all.
I just think it's funny. You know, this one did go off turf, so that's probably the turf.
Yeah. Yeah, even though it says out on the upper thing here, it says now it's 7 furlongs in the dirt. It was originally turf. Yeah.
This one was scheduled to be a turf race and it's off turf.
There's the megaphone. You know, the turf is still out there. I can still see it. So
yes,
this is a cool tradition. Everybody
inner and
has.
outer.
They do the call to the post. A new person does it every race. You believe it or not, you ready for the true story? I don't know where that is. I've been up there like 10,000 times. I've never seen that damn megaphone. The call to the post. Next time I'm up there, I'm going to find that thing. I haven't found it. It must be on the other side where I don't go. And how many minutes till Kentucky Downs?
You know, I wasn't even watching it. I kind of moved away from that one, but I thought Formula said he had a play he was going to give us before he left, but he ran off. So 6 minutes, 6 minutes to post there.
Okay. So we'll focus on this one right here.
Yeah. Sean, we got plenty of time to post parade. I've seen all I need to see.
Yeah.
Look, I love my 1. I think everybody else is running for the underneath positions. I like 3, 5. The 6 makes sense. I mean, obviously, I get why the horse is there. I still have the horse 4th, but I'm going to include it. So I'm going to play a trifecta key. I'm going to key the 1 on top. 1's got to win with 3, 5, and 6 underneath. Cost you 12.
I like it. Nope, the turf is still there. Hey, Paul.
What's up, Paul?
Getting ready for the Eagles and Cowboys tonight. Opening night in the NFL. Here's the post parade. If I'm not mistaken, I think with the turf, I think they're starting on the corners and then working their way into,
Starting what, Sean?
And I believe they said they were going to start on the turf on the corners, like like in the way outside parts, and then end up in the middle. Spell check looks good on his toes. So I love having the horses in front of you. You can just see,
Yes.
Such a thank you to our good friends up at Woodbine, always letting us show their great feed. More money, honey. And the 7 is scratched. Yeah, he should have a big night tonight, TM, for sure. 5 was the post.
And if you didn't catch doubling down, check that out on the channel. Or if you have Nesson, the New England Sports Network, you can check it out in a broadcast. I believe Saturday morning is probably going to be the next time I believe it's on. But check out Colin and I as we take a look at the grade 2 and grade 1 being run at 6.5 furlongs, races 9 and 10 at Kentucky Downs this Saturday. Tackling the daily double in that. Make sure you go over and check that out, and also get in on the contest. There's a free contest to where you can, if you check out the video, there's a link to it. Just go in and put in your daily double pick. Play as many horses as you like, or as few horses as you like, and get in on the contest. It's a monthly contest. Every month there are prizes. The contest just reset for the month of September. So go check that out. Get your picks in for the weekend, and maybe you'll win. This month's prize was, this past month, was a $50 gift certificate to DGen Nation, who has a lot of sports gear online. And
great sports
our friend Shoddy won that. Shoddy used to hang out here with us in the lounge quite a bit. And she's a friend of the channel, and she won last month. Had the biggest bankroll over the 4 weeks of the month, but make sure you go check that out.
Yeah, absolutely. Curtis says Dallas in a close one, 28-24 squeaker. 6 looks good on his toes. 3 looks good. Not a bad looking field right now. Nobody looking really, the 1 down to 2-1 now. Tim's moving the needle.
Moving the needle, always. It was just that huge win bet that I just dropped Sean in the win.
I was excited, by the way, that my boy Antiquarian moved into the top 10 today.
Love it. Yes.
Off his win. Very excited to see that.
You know what else I thought was great, Sean? Did you see Rapoli's post today talking about Todd Pletcher being the winner of the trainer title, although he tied Chad Brown? But to me, I think Todd should be the winner. I think there should be a tiebreaker. Todd won way more big races, stakes races, greatest stakes races, and that should be a tiebreaker to me, and he should win the title. But Rapoli's congratulating him, and you and I both know that actually the race that actually won the title for Todd Pletcher was, drum roll please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be Antiquarian.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That was the race that did it. Yet Rapoli cried like a baby because of what happened to his horse in the race. And if he's such a friend for Todd Pletcher, congratulate the guy on a training win, even though it wasn't your horse sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Exactly. My thoughts exactly. My thoughts exactly. 2-1 here on the 1. Still not a bad price.
Look at that. Moving the needle over the 1, Sean.
Yeah, moving the needle. Yeah.
We're 500 up in the win pool on the 1 over the 6 now. And actually, the 4 is catching up to the 6.
There you go. Yeah, 4 getting some late money here. Just quickly remove this just so I can get,
Sure.
Put it right back on. So I'll make sure I'm getting the volume here. Getting a little feedback there, so should be able to put it
Jen
right
says
back up.
Kentucky Down is loading up for those playing Kentucky Downs.
Yeah, good luck, my friends.
Good luck to everybody over there. Looks like a big race there. Kind of like the 5. Not sure what everybody's playing. Don't like the price, but I like the 5.
Yeah.
We'll
And
be playing
8 to 5. Tim is moving the needle here.
Look at that. Look at that. Tea and honey with an E.
The bug boy.
And he's hustling him out of the gate right here.
Robert.
Hustling her right up the rail. She's going to trail
Tracking
spell
is
check.
Tea
We
and
got
Honey with
sound.
an E
There we
coming up
go.
on the inside to share third, and the pair at the back in the early stages bound to be True and Reload A. They are pretty much in pairs. The first pair, Spell Check and More Money Honey, who's a neck away. A couple to Tea and Honey with an E on the inside of Sills Gamble. They're 3 in front.
We got More Money Honey and Tea and Honey with an E. That's a lot of honey.
That's
Distance
it.
of 5 lengths first to last, and narrowly in front, Spell Check. On
This
the
must be the
outside,
one in
flanked
the
up
big
second,
state.
More Money Honey. 1.5 away third, Tea and Honey with an E on the inside of Sills Gamble. There's been no change. 2 lengths away, Bound to be True, and last, Reload A. They go inside the 3/8. They quicken quite a lot. The top 2 are really turning on the engines. Here, the leader remains Spell Check. On the outside, More Money Honey within a neck. They're 3.5 lengths clear of Tea and Honey with an E.
Open the rail, Eswin. Go get
Bound
him.
to be True, pushed along at last.
Open the rail. Come on.
More Money Honey.
Come up
Really
the rail,
stretching
Eswin.
Spell Check, who's still in front. Spell Check on the inside and neck to More Money Honey. And they're level now with 2 lengths away. Bound to be True finishing resolutely on the outside.
What are you
Bound
doing?
to be True's coming home over the top of them. It's gone to second. More Money Honey had something left and produces a good run. Bound to be True cutting into the margin late. More Money Honey's got the win. More Money Honey got over the
longest shot on the
got
board.
away from them.
Yeah.
Bound to be
Wow.
True second, back in third, Spell Check, and then came
That was
Tea and Honey with an
interesting.
E, 1:24.25.
7-2. Well, the even money shot did not help at all there, huh?
Wow, the 7 just crushed this field in the last race.
This,
At
wow,
10 to
this,
1.
First, More
this
Money
was a
Honey,
fight that
second
stopped
is
it.
2, Bound to be True, 3 is third, Spell Check, and fourth 1, Tea and Honey with an E.
Won by
6,
like
2,
6
3,
lengths.
1,
The
first
5 did get up
23
for
and
second,
3,
and I
half
believe it was the
46 and
3
2,
that got third.
Quarters, 1:10 and 3. Time 1:24.25.
Crazy. That was, wow.
Number 4, 6, 2, 3,
Honey
1.
Dutch, Flo, and Jeru. Kill him. More Money Honey. It's the Rafi show today. I did not like that 2 at all. Ran a big one.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 was the longest shot in the field.
Yeah.
I didn't like the 2 at all. Tried to play against the 6 and beat him with the basically the next 3 horses.
Yeah, seriously.
3, 1, and 5 were my
They
3,
did,
and
huh?
they finished behind the 2 front ones.
Yeah, everyone was just never in the game from the get-go. Nathan Squires.
How about that 10 horse, the 7 horse though?
Man, that's
At
crazy.
Kentucky Downs, that horse just ran away with that race at 10 to 1. You know
I
who,
think
who
everyone
was, you know who was up,
waiting for him
Sean?
to stop.
You know who was up on that?
Who's that?
Laurent Giroux, everybody's favorite jockey.
Whoa, Giroux, my boy.
For Whit Beckman.
Oh, there you go.
More money, honey. Back to the.
I'll tell you what, though.
Double. Nice job, Mr. Bias.
As much crap as everybody gives Giroux, do not count that guy out at Kentucky Downs. He rides well.
This 4-year-old chestnut filly is beautifully bred by Mendelssohn from Seeker Star. Sainsbury Farms.
Roppy with the win again, Sean.
Ontario, and
Yeah,
Roppy's
Roppy night.
back wins. It's a double on the program for him.
And he may not be done.
That is definitely true.
He may not be done. No question, Rappy rides. He can ride big time.
He can definitely get a horse around the track.
All right.
So Roppy was not in the first two races.
Yep.
And then he was in the last two, and he won both of them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Maybe is that it for him? No, he's got one. He's got more Argento coming up. Okay.
He does not have a horse in this race.
Yeah,
who's it? He's up again in race 6.
TM, I'll just quickly say this, Tim. TM.
Yep.
You think, yeah, the notion that Dylan Davis was purposely taking people out of a grade 1 race so that he could, I mean, come on. I mean, maybe his reaction was a little bit, but I mean, he's a rabbit, but I mean, come on. He's not intentionally taking people out.
No.
You know?
Not at all. Didn't happen. Wouldn't happen. You know, there's no jockey out there, as good or bad as you may be. There's no jockey out there going to intentionally try to take horses out. I just know.
Yeah, especially
why, as an owner, you would even say that, I have no idea.
No. So we'll just leave it as it was just unfortunate. Yeah. Glad everyone was okay.
I just say consider the source.
Yeah.
Yeah, TM. Look, I agree that, you know, Kendrick should maybe get a little bit of time. I think he should.
Yeah, I think he should. Yeah.
But to say that Dylan did anything intentional, I don't believe that at all. But you know what Kendrick did, I think shouldn't go unpunished.
Right. And I know I'm a little biased, but I will say this very, very much too. The people that say there was no way Antiquarian would have won that race if it was run normally, you have no idea. You have no idea. You have no idea if Sierra Leone was going to win the race. You have no idea if Mindframe was going to win the race. White Barrow, you have no idea who was going to, you know.
And I said this the other day. Everybody was saying, "Oh, it cost, you know, it cost Sierra Leone the race." I don't agree with that. I don't really think it affected Sierra Leone at all. I mean, yes, Pratt and the horse had to jump over him, but he was going to be back there anyway. It didn't really affect him. Yeah. Good night, Jen. Good night. Jen. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next week.
All right, here we go. So,
but yeah, Sean, let's turn things around here a little bit.
We're gonna do it right here in this race, my friend.
Let's do
it. 5th race, 6 furlongs, claiming 7,500. Fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races. Here we go, right in Tim's wheelhouse here. What did you like here, Tim?
So here we are again. Let me look at the odds real quick for Sean and the board.
Colin Sheehan's in the house. What's up, buddy? Your partner on Daily Double.
I was talking to everybody about doubling down on the contest and everything, Colin.
Yeah. Colin, when is the next time we can see the show on Nesson? so we can watch the show if you haven't watched on the stream, which you definitely should if you haven't already. 160 Kentucky Downs. There you go, Chris. Saturday at 7 a.m. So set your alarms.
That was what I told him, Colin, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Yep. I'm already setting my thing, Colin. I've already watched it, but I'm gonna watch it again on this. And we got 19 minutes until race 5 here. Tim crushed it. Yep. Love it. There you go. Nessa Nation. Yep. Running Nessa Nation. There we go. Collins is now Nessa. He's becoming like the horse racing guru aficionado over there now. Not yet, Colin, but we're going to get one right here.
Not yet.
Who did you like here, my friend?
I'm trying to look because it's really weird. Is that this 5, who is currently your 7-2 favorite? I had to do a double take and go back and look at the morning line odds and everything. Which this horse in the morning line was 10-1 and is currently your lukewarm favorite at 7-2. So tepid money and probably going to change. It's probably just early money because I don't have this horse anywhere in there, and I'm not going to change that.
No.
Okay.
Exactly.
Even with Pietro up, I'm not going to change that. My top horse in here is the number 6, Get Out the Boat.
Yeah.
This horse really, when you look at it, has been right there at Woodbine. Only has in 3 starts at the distance, only has the 1 3rd place finish. But the last 3 times out, the races are getting a little bit better, Sean. And as a 2 winners of life, when you go back and you look at the maiden win here, it was sprinting 5 furlongs, but even in that race, I think the horse, looking at it, had a little bit more to give and probably wants a little more distance. So it makes sense to me that this one is getting better, and I think getting better at the right time. If you look at the last race, was a 6.5 furlong race, and this horse went gate to wire almost until the end, and then was passed at the very end at 16-1. And if that was a 6 furlong race, this horse wins. Okay, so I do think the horse is getting better at the right time. Adams back up, 5-pound allowance. That's my top pick. For my second pick, I'm going to the inside and Fraser Abley. I wanted to pick this horse on top, Sean, but Fraser just has not been riding well lately, the last few days. And even in the last 2 races in a row, he was on horses that I wanted to like and even was betting on. And he hasn't done anything with any of them tonight. So this is one that I just don't think fits as well as some of the others in here as a win candidate. I better, as good as some of the others, and I'm going to play the horse in my ticket underneath. But I almost wanted to drop the horse down even further. A horse that I do like at a price in here and is currently 6-1 off a 3-1 morning line. And I'm sorry, wrong one. 5-1 off a 4-1 morning line is the number 7 Hyper Angel.
Yeah.
And this is one, when you look at the last race, it looks horrible, but it really, this is a pretty big drop in here. And when you calculate out the speed and look at what this horse was doing, I think this horse has the potential to move forward a little bit here. So 3rd off the layoff, gone 6.5, went turf to the synthetic, and is now coming back at a little shorter distance, which is probably what the horse wants. If you go back to the first ever start at 5 furlongs, the horse was super competitive. And then 2 races later, broke the maiden on the turf, going a little bit longer at 7. But I think the horse should be competitive here with this group and the speed, and has a potential to finish underneath at a price.
Yeah.
So 617.
617. Like it.
And I still don't get the 5. and now you're going to tell me you got the 5 as your top pick.
No, I do not. No, I do not. What are your numbers again, just so we can write them down?
617.
617. There we go.
I really think the 6 at 6-1. I think this horse has a real shot here.
Okay. 617. Doesn't
One that makes
even,
sense, and now you're 7-2 favorite.
Yeah. Doesn't even have my top pick in his top 3. Exactly.
You're going to say the 8.
I'm saying the 8. My boy Patrick Dixon, and his lovely assistant, who also rides 4 horses at Fort Erie. She's lovely. This is an interesting horse. You get Juan Crawford up there. Juan Crawford will give you an honest ride every single time. That's what I love about him. He doesn't always get the best horses, but he'll ride your horse right to the thing. What I like about this horse, and this was one of my stronger plays of the night, was Patrick for Colebrook. And what I like about this one here is that he doesn't ride Juan Crawford a lot, but I love a horse back with Slade Jones is back after a long absence up there. And for all you, his dad was Jonah Jones, and he's very tall. So this horse led almost the whole way and then stopped and came in 4th, 6 furlong. At 5.5, though, he brought him from behind. Patrick tried to bring him from behind, and he got up for 3rd, and it was up for show. And I think that I think they found something maybe to not put this horse on the lead. These are the type of races where Patrick can really do well, in my experience. So I was the 8, and then the 1, and then the 6. So I was kind of close to you, exactly, but
and I'll tell you, Sean, here I looked at the 8, and here's the thing: some of the lines look good when you look at where the horse was and where the horse finished and those things.
Yeah.
But the thing that got me is this horse has been in races to where the times just don't match up with some of the others.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, I agree.
So has been racing at a little lower level. The last 2 were 7,500, which is where we're at now. And you're like, well, it's at this level, but most of these horses have been racing at a higher level, and their times are just a little bit better. Even though the 6, who I like on top, the last couple races were the level just below at 7,000 and not 7,500, but pretty much the same thing. But the times just didn't match up, and the speed figures are just below my other picks, because I really looked at it and it's like, why did these 2 things not match up? And it was just, to me, it was just a race class, and the times of the races were just a little bit slower.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
but could be competitive. That's not everything.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no,
connections are definitely a positive for sure.
Yeah, and the thing I like about Patrick, will give people a little bit of an insight. His barn got in late this year. They actually got in late, and the weather did not help them at all. So his horses were like a full month behind everybody. So and it's definitely affected him this year. But I love the fact that he's going to use these last 2 months to kind of get his horses stronger.
Yeah.
And I think these are the type of races where this horse is at least kind of showing some ability here from note, you know what I'm saying? So kind of like that, but we'll see here. And
the 8 looks really good. I was just looking at the 8. The 8 looks good.
So this is an interesting race. Okay. So we look, that 6 is quite interesting. It's 5-1.
I think that horse is sneaky good.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. Okay.
This one's yours, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Notice the 2 is getting huge money. off a 20-1 morning line.
Yeah, and Colin, you know, Colin's he uses race lens as his tool, and he corrected this in the post below. It's race lens, but he uses race lens, which works out pretty well and has a lot of good stat abilities in there, and abilities to do queries in different ways. But they've got it 8-2-6, so 8 and 6 that we both like. I do not like the 2.
Yeah,
I mean, Gittins does a lot better at Assiniboia.
yeah.
I'll tell you one that if I was going to add one more that I did try to make a case for in here, Sean, and was looking at and looking at the numbers a little bit, and that was, which one was it? My screen blacked out on me. On the right.
Marv Beatty's got a tri-key box 6 with the 137. Good luck, Marv.
The 3, Sean.
Yeah.
There are a couple of things that kind of popped for me on the 3, and the way I look at numbers and, you know, quarters and fractions and all of those things. And it was just like, there are a couple of things that made me look a little deeper at the 3. So
yeah,
12-1, currently the longest shot on the board.
Yeah. OG Francis. I have no idea who OG Francis is.
Yeah, I'm confused as well.
Okay.
Omelio. And there's the 3 right there.
There's Francis. Yeah, there he is. He may even work in the barn, you know, and he's giving him a ride, you know.
Yeah, it's possible. Maybe exercising in the morning,
yeah.
Just letting him ride a horse.
Yeah, give him a chance to ride in a real race, you know.
Yeah. Love the 6.
6 looks good, yeah.
Love the 6. Austin Adams up on that one.
Sharp.
Juan Crawford, there's the man.
There's our man. Yeah, he's got the bun.
8 looks really good, Sean. 8 looks really good.
He get rid of the bun? What? His hair usually goes way down in the
it wasn't.
He got rid of it.
Nah, I doubt he got rid of all that.
Yeah, I was gonna say exactly that. That is his.
That's like his trademark.
His MO. That's his trademark, man. that thing is always with him. Those dreads are always with him. Exactly. No.
What's everybody like in the chat? I see Bobby D is going to play an Exacta box 4215. Marv has got a tri-key box 6 with 137. I kind of like that, Marv. I just talked about the 3 being a little bit sneaky. Some of the numbers.
Yeah.
Something that made me double check that one a little bit. So
yeah.
I like that wager because I was 617 in the 3. But I'll tell you what, it's seeing the 8 on the track. The numbers didn't match up for me, but I mean the running lines do. Some of the numbers didn't, but that horse looks good.
Mm. I think they're finally catching up. You know, he lost a full month. You know, and I think they're finally catching up to the rest of the group, and that's why you're seeing Patrick's numbers not as strong as he usually is because he lost a full month in the beginning. I think he's been playing catch up ever since. Whoa, Mr. 5, not so.
Not so swift was not so swift.
Exactly. James White did an exact and daily 5 all. He says, yeah.
I'll tell you what, Sean, when you're talking about the 5 here, and this horse is now nowhere near the favoritism, which makes a lot more sense. But listen, everybody listen to this comment, and I stand fully behind it. Anything with Swift in the name cannot be good.
Swift Delivery just won the other day, owned by Travis Kelsey.
Anything with Swift in the name cannot be good.
At 1, he won.
I don't want to hear his name either. I don't want to hear her name. I don't want to hear Swift Hitter. I don't want to hear anything with a Swift or a Swifty.
Okay, here we go. 5 minutes to post. Here we go. What are we doing? Okay. How many races we got? 7 races tonight?
We do. We have 7. We got 2 more.
Okay.
2 more.
Yeah.
Plenty of
All
money.
right.
We still got half the bankroll.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Okay.
You know,
All right.
I have the 6 on top. You have the 8 on top. And the favorite's the 1.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. I got my bet.
Let's do it.
Seniors. Job. Look at Mike. Good job. Look at that. Finish first in the $20 stable duel game. Good job.
Nice. Won $173 on stable duel.
Nice
Way to go, Mike.
job. Way to go. Yeah, I didn't put it in the $20 team.
Way to go, Mike.
The $2 game, which I put in 6 minutes, I all right. There you go. Okay, my bet. Ready for this?
Let's do it.
$2 exacta key box and
All right.
8 with the 1, 6, 7.
So that'd be
That's
$12.
$12 to make a holler.
I was about to say the same.
$12 to make a holler. Thank you, Mike, as always, my man. So appreciate it. And well done, my man. Great job.
There's my friend Sean's wager right there. He's got a $2 exacta key box, 8 with the 167. We need the 8 in first or second with one of those other 3. And the 8, Sean, 7 to 1. This one is taking so much money at 9 to 5 that the lowest price behind that is the 6 horse, my top pick at 4 to 1, which I think is value. Then the 5 at 5 to 1. Then it's the 8 at 6 to 1. But there, if you can beat the 1 in here, there's value to be found. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
I like it. Let's get it home.
Here we go. And what'd you say? It's a 2.5 hour drive for you down to
Yeah, about that.
There you go.
Lots of love coming across on the broadcast, Sean. People punching in their hearts.
Love it. Yeah, thank you to everybody. Appreciate everybody out there. Like it, but I also like the 4 for a piece underneath. Yeah, this is one of those races, man. This is one of those races where you could literally have, like, you know.
Yeah, I say you take a stand, bet what you like, and, you know, take a shot with it in here because you could definitely get paid.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, this super effect is not going to pay, you know, $15, 18. You know what I'm saying? This is going to pay whatever.
If you can beat the 1 in here. If you can beat the if you can beat 1, you can definitely.
If you can do that, then you're doing good. You know. And this damn sound thing going here. Okay.
Sean has to take his ADW off the screen because he doesn't want you guys to see as he drops like 10 grand on the 8.
10 grand. The thing is going to go from like the 3 to 5. Is that? And it was like, why did your horse just go to 3 to 5? Because I knew.
Sean is independently wealthy. He just doesn't like to share it.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
We are loading up.
We do this for the love of
race
the
5
game.
at Woodbine.
We do this all for the love of the game. That is it.
Yes, we do.
It's weird that 5 got so much money early. I wonder if someone knows something. That can be, Mike.
And you know, Mike, I don't even think it was so much money. It was just the early money, and the pools are kind of small at Woodbine early on. So It doesn't take a huge bet to really kind of skew the pools a little bit in the beginning.
You'll see so many times, yeah. But sometimes that can be an indication up there. It really
Absolutely.
can. Yeah.
I agree.
I always pay attention to that when I'm there early.
Yeah, because when you look at the pools right now, like the win pool, I mean, there's nothing on the 5 that shows me that there was like crazy big money early on.
Yeah.
There's 9,300 on the 1, and then the 8 is second at 43.
They race. And a good start out wide for Gamble on
Here we
Love,
go.
and Hyper Angel going to the front, get out the vote. Coming through quickly, Not So Swift is very swift, darting right through the pack.
Is he not so swift, or is he swift?
Inside, my cash factor behind the leading group, and
He's
over
confused.
on the outside, pushing
He
up.
doesn't know what he's saying.
One a little star, about 5 away last. Holy moly, me oh my.
Holy
Get out the votes,
moly.
run clear. Head on the chest at the half mile, 2 lengths to Not So Swift. On the inside, my cash factor going forward, and that wider Gamble on Love. Moet on either center. A length and a half away is Hyper Angel from Little Star. And 6 away last.
Run away,
Holy
Alston.
moly, me oh my. 5/16 to run. Get out the vote by 2.5. Not So Swift. Really working over time. A length away third. Gamble on Love. A length and a
Run
half.
away,
by
Alston.
Cash factor. And as they corner, get
Bring
out
him
the
up,
vote by
Juan.
2 lengths into the stretch. Not
Come
So
on,
Swift
Juan.
in second, then Gamble on Love, and
Come
now
on,
my cash
68.
factor
Give me
comes
the
down.
68.
Trying to
Get
reel
him
them
going
in.
now.
Get
Come
out the
on.
vote's got a commanding lead of 3 lengths to Not So Swift. My cash factor on the
No,
outside,
he gets,
working into
every
it
time
as
he
they
gets
come
covered.
inside the final 16th. Get
So
out
many
the vote's
people
lead down to
Woodbine get
2. My
covered.
cash
This is
factor
ridiculous.
striding home is finishing really well, and my cash factor is going to get up and win. My cash factor, a solid performance to score.
He got covered
Second
up.
home
And
is
then,
get
and
out
then
the
the
vote
horse
from
doesn't
Not So
want to
Swift,
run
the
anymore.
fast finishing. Holy
He
moly,
broke
me oh
right out of
my,
the
got his
gate and then just
fourth.
took him back, and the horse didn't want to run
11.95.
anymore.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, that's what made sense to me. 1-6. I was trying to beat
Yeah.
the 1. I had 6-1, but 1-6 definitely made sense.
Yeah. No, definitely.
The numbers read 1.
Damn it!
6,
And I
5
thought
to the winner of
thought
the 1,
Austin was
my
going to
cash
hold on
factor.
there.
6
Yeah,
seconds,
yeah,
get out to the
yeah,
I
vote.
would
yeah.
definitely rather
Third is
have the
5,
6
Not
on
So
top.
Swift. Fourth was 2. Holy moly, me oh my. First quarter at
Holy
23,
moly.
a half 45, and 3.
1-6 was your lowest
9,
exacta,
58
paying
Atlantic time,
17.50 for 2.
111.95, race 5.
Yeah.
Holy moly, guacamole!
Holy moly, guacamole came in fourth. 1652.
The formula has entered the studio.
He has
Indeed.
entered live from the car.
Live from the car. Whoa. Just kidding. Just kidding. Do not even have the car turned on right now. So
There you
we
go.
are in all safe territory. How we doing, gents?
Ugh.
We're like right there. We're close, but
Yeah, we got
nothing.
we got the right numbers. We're just not getting the right order. Yeah,
Order counts.
we're there though.
It counts for something. And race 7 coming up.
Race 6 coming up. We got
Race
67
6.
left.
Yeah.
Oh, we got 2 left.
Got
There are
2
two
left.
Look at us. Look at us. All right.
All we need is one.
Look at us. Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
Who would have thought?
Not me.
Not me. Who pulled that clip anyway? Was that
I
Colin?
did. I put it
You
in
did?
there.
Nice. Nicely done.
That's very nice.
Very nice win here by my cash
I
factor.
liked
Very
it. I
nice.
was like, I'm adding this to StreamYard.
Dark Bear Brown filly, who's
Yeah.
by the factor from
I'm
Miss
glad for John Ross.
and
John
bred
Ross
by
is
Sally
having.
Croy Training Centre
There's
in
Kathy.
Ontario. The winning owner is John Ross, winning trainer. The winning owner
Fraser
is JC
Abley. I just said the guy
Stable,
couldn't
Valley
win a
Croy
race, and there he
Livestock.
is.
Yeah, I
Fraser
know.
Abley,
Put him right in the
very
winner's
nice
circle.
I put him in the
front,
winner's
my
circle.
cash factor.
You're welcome, Fraser.
Winner, John Ross.
Yeah. You elevated him.
Put him right in.
BRB.
Yep.
Here we
All
go.
right. We'll
You
get
gonna
one.
take
We'll
this
get
one formula?
Hey, if you're gonna give it to me, I will gladly take it.
Absolutely. Six
just
and a
have
half
to-
furlongs. Maiden optional claiming 40,000 per 65.7. And for maiden fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. And
All right.
this is an interesting race here for sure. 6.5 furlongs. All 3-year-olds,
Mm-hmm.
except for one 4-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah, the 7. Creeping up on 4.5 years of age. 4.4.
Yeah. Captain's horse is the lone. Yeah.
And we've got 45 left in the kitty, it looks like, to play around with in 2
Yes, we do,
races.
sir. So go nuts. We got 2 races
Go
to go.
nuts. Permission to
Yeah.
go nuts. Permission accepted.
Exactly.
All right. All right.
All right. So this is interesting. So I will start. Yeah. So my first pick here was the one. Let's Go Super. He was kind of looming. Zach, here on the turf, I'm going to throw the turf race out. They just didn't want anything to do with the turf. This
Fair.
horse, when he debuted at 6.5 furlongs, he ran against Revelers Row, Orion Beach, and Scat Girl, and all 3 of those are solid maidens. Yet he was the favorite in the race, and he hopped at the start, and he just never had a chance. Then he runs on the turf, and he got squeezed at the start. So we're not getting out of the gate here too well here. All of a sudden, again, we dropped down to the 40,000 for Live Oak, and all of a sudden, okay, we're a little bit better out of the gate. We're a little bit closer to the action. Spellcheck ran earlier in his race and ran a solid race first time versus winner. So that's got to be a little bit of a thrill there for him, and was gaining. So, and now he dropped back from 7.5 to 6. I think this horse could be live at 6-1 here. The 9, obviously, 3-5, Tequila Supernova, Robert Tiller, Sofia Vives. This horse has run 3 races. Now, interesting here, it ran on the turf, came in 4th. This horse has lost 2 races by a combined nostril,
Yeah.
and this horse will be very tough. Am I loving the horse at 3-5? Not necessarily, but I do think this horse is going to be very tough to beat in here versus
Agreed.
Spook. So I'm not being naive. I think she's definitely the horse. Sophie's definitely the horse to beat here.
I agree.
And then my third pick, I've 2 races. I've won 2 races. Mo Argento, Rafael Hernandez, ran well on the turf last time. Ran well on the Woodbine. Rafi used to be Kevin Attard's go-to rider, and now he's riding for him. So I think he's really going to be trying, like the last workout for Kevin, and I think this horse can get up for the try. So I'm trying to upset him with the 1. The 9 is definitely the horse to beat, but I'm 1, 9, and 3.
Okay. I got a bigger upset for you than that, but I'll wait to see what Tim says.
I like it. Tim, what do you got, my friend? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Colin Sheehan checking in saying he can't hear Tim. And now the two of us hear you loud and clear. I definitely do,
yeah,
and I've got this piece in.
yeah,
So I don't know if anyone else in the comment section can't
yeah,
hear Tim. That would be weird that the two of us can hear him, but not anyone
yeah,
in YouTube land.
yeah.
Yeah, that is
Colin said this
hilarious.
is the best Tim has sounded or looked.
How did you fix it last time, Tim? Did you just bounce out and bounce in? Okay.
Okay.
By the way, Tim
Yeah.
had some amazing takes. I don't think he'll be able to recreate them, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
I mean, he was giving us insight into what to do at Kentucky Downs over the weekend. It's just incredible. But no, but we'll get Tim back and we'll see what he has to say.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I tell you, there's one horse that I'm a little bit afraid of in here. So
Who's that?
well, we've got what, two firsters in this race.
Yes, we do. Yep.
I'm kind of afraid of the looking at Lucky Firster with Ryan Munger.
Yeah.
I don't know. The first, well, I don't know. It could be the 4 too. Like I get confident coming into these maiden races, but then you add in like, there's 8 horses. Now 2 of them are firsters, got no history. So it's very difficult, especially if I'm going to bet the way I want to bet. Hey,
Sure.
Tim.
He's back, and now I
Colin
can see myself in YouTube, so I know it. I know
There
everybody
he
else.
is. Okay, there you go.
Crazy times.
That's just weird.
It is weird, yeah.
That is weird, yeah.
And I often try to normalize the firsters as much as possible by looking at like just specifics. Sorry, Colin. Sorry. Looking at like the specifics that you can compare them to, the jockey trainer sire, the workouts and whatnot. And if I look at the jockey trainer sire stuff, that 2 horse actually pops off as like the 3rd horse just on those stats alone, which has me a little scared. But we'll see. I'm probably going to try to stay away from firsters here, but that one scares me a tad.
The thing about the 2 is if Sean's not going for the 2 being with Katarina, then I'm not going for the 2 because Sean knows that barn. So
that's true. And then the 4 with Kevin Ettard and Pietro. Yeah. With the 48 too. Yeah.
They always get play though. They always get play because you got the leading rider with the leading trainer. So some of their horses you got to dig into a little bit more than people up there bet them because they're 2 together.
Yeah.
Hey guys, let me do a quick test really quick. So Colin, I think you can hear me now. Can you see me now, Colin? Can you see me?
Christopher D'Souza likes the 1 and the 3. How are you, Christopher? Great to have you join us. Well, we'll definitely know where the 2 is on the track the whole time.
Yeah.
We have to look at the saddlecloth.
Tim just showed Colin where the 1 was.
Yes, I just did. I'm like, you're number 1, Colin.
Nails on a chalkboard.
All right. So Tim, you were saying you like the 5 if you like a long shot, right?
No.
Oh no?
No. Yes.
No.
Yes, the 5 is my the 5 is my value pick. It's my 3rd horse and my underneath horse. I just think there are things there to like. You can't just look at the numbers and of the last race. This horse definitely needed that race off the layoff. But if you go back to the initial race, and that was 5.5 furlongs, if that race was this distance, 6.5, that one probably breaks a maiden first time out. And those numbers are as good as the 9's numbers.
Yeah, when I looked at this race, let me see. Did I chuck the 5s last race? Doesn't look like I did, but I still have it favored, probably because of the adjustments that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Tim picked a Baffert with Kazushi aboard. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'll let you finish any of your thoughts, Tim.
No, so just since no one heard my picks, without going through everything again, my top pick in here is the 3. I'm trying to beat the 9. The 9's numbers make sense. I think the outside post position brings up a little bit of something that this maiden has not faced. And then my value pick in here, a horse that I think could definitely move forward, is the number 5, Lady on the Nile.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That is very intriguing. Indeed. We have 12 minutes. I think I already know the direction of where I'm going, but if you guys have anything else you want to talk about, anyone in the comments section, I know we got a few people dropping in the 3. So, yeah, I think there's a lot of love for the 3 out there. I get that.
I have a quick question. Sean.
Yes, sir.
Any thoughts on the 7 for Catherine Day Phillips?
Well, it's the 4-year-old, only 4-year-old in the group. I think this one's going to have to, showed interest last time. This is the one, this is when, like, Walcott was on, like, the suicide mission, and he was sending everything way too fast to the front. Campos does a better job with this horse. I think you're going to see, this horse could be a price, by the way. Talk about a bomb. Gaskin rode it the first time. Catherine generally does not win first time out anyways, right? So this horse runs 8.85, and what does Rico do, right? To her surprise, just guns him right to the lead, right? And then just had absolutely nothing left in that race, at 3-1, just had absolutely nothing left. So I have to think that Campos would be coming from behind, not so I think being the only 4-year-old in this race versus the 3-year-olds may actually have a chance to hit the board at a bum. And I'm not saying that because it's Catherine, Campos rides her horses very well and also rides them from behind. So I think this horse could be very valued at 22-1.
Well, and I ask you because I know you're friends with them, and but the reason that I pointed that horse out is because I was looking at the horses in the paddock, and this horse looks really good.
It does, yeah, and that was not the thought that last race, and it was bet down to 3-1, and that was not the trip that was supposed to happen, and he gunned her, and she's had nothing left.
Yeah,
so
faded back big time.
She'll be coming from behind tonight, not on the lead.
Gustavo, a mí también me gusta el 3, es mi favorito para ganar.
Yeah, what Tim said, Gustavo.
I just told him I also like the 3. It's my favorite to win.
I could say something, but it won't sound nearly as good as Tim.
Yeah.
Me gusta L9. Sorry, L3. L3.
Look at that. Everybody except for Sherry.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, 9-3. Yeah.
Sounds so much better when you say it. How did that happen, Tim?
Just 10 years in Spain and 40 years this past Monday with a Spanish wife.
Congratulations. Well, your Spanish is way better than my Russian. I'll say that.
You don't have 40 years yet. Give it time.
Yeah, it's not progressing. I'll say that.
First,
my Russian, that is.
We got Firsty in the house.
Yeah.
Firsty's in the house.
My boy.
No, Firsty, we haven't. We were waiting for you. We're about to start.
Yeah, I think so. We're getting down to business here. Okay, what we got here? 9. I'm just gonna send in my play because I already know what I'm gonna do. You can even press
send
buttons
it
if you like.
Send.
So this is a tri-key box. Shocker. So, yes, me encantan el tres. I like the 3 as well. He's not my top play in here, but there's enough love for the 3. When I look at these races, and I realize I haven't even typed in my bet yet. Let me just finish that off. So we got this one, that one, and of course that one.
Mike T also has the 3 here win, and he has an exacta key box 3 with 1-5.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, I like the cut of your jib, buddy. All right, we're gonna take $18 out of the kitty for this one.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do here, like I was telling Sean last time, and like I didn't do, and to my detriment because I would have run the race if I did. I like to look at the very last race that they won and how I graded that out and take the top 3 of that. The top 3 in order for me, the 9 and the 3 are tied.
Yep.
Then comes the 5, which may be to Tim's surprise. And then after that, it's the 1. Of course, there's 2 firsters in this race, which scares me. And I told you why they scare me, but I'm going to try to beat the firsters in this one. They scare me, but not so much that I feel like I should be bumping out another horse. I'm not as sold on the 1, but I see a lot of love in the comment section for the 1. I know Sean liked the 1 a lot too. And it does have the highest jockey trainer sire combo. So I'm thinking in terms of 3 places, the 1 fits, right? So with all the love we have for the 3's currently, I can't remember what the odds are on it, but it is way better, more favorable for us than the 9. So I'm going to grab the 3. The 3 also has really good scores on the artificial surface. Adding in the 1, adding in the 5, adding in the 9. If we go 3-1-5, we're going to do pretty well for ourselves here. So $18, the 3 just has to hit the board, and we need to fill out 1-5-9 for the other 2 positions. And then
let's get the 1 and 5 and kick the 9 to the curb.
I think so. I think so. This bet is strategic to kick the 9 to the curb because I mean that thing is taking. It's now at 7-5, but I got to imagine those pools that are not playing the 9 in the trifecta are going to pay out pretty nicely.
Yeah.
So there's one of your firsters there, the 2 horse going lucky.
Yeah, that's the looking at lucky horse. What was the other one? 1,000 words?
4, yeah.
Catherine's Club,
no, reload.
A reload.
A reload. 1,000 words is the 5.
Yes. There's your other firster. So in this race, we have 2 firsters and a firstie.
Let's hope none of the 3 beat us.
Bobby D's got 193 with 5-7.
Sean, look at that 7. That's what I was talking about.
He looks good.
Yeah.
She looks good. Yeah.
I can see a path for the 7. I just didn't want to bump another horse for him.
No.
I didn't have the 7 until I saw her in the paddock. Excuse me, but man, she looks good.
I see the lane for the 7 simply because I like the angle of horses that got close to the pace in maiden races last time out and faded, coming back and rebounding and coming back stronger the next race. So I like that angle, but unfortunately, you can't use it all the time to your own detriment, right? If you feel like there's still another one that grades out better.
Formula, did you type your pick in? I don't see it. I was going to pull it up.
I did. I just didn't hit send.
Oh, okay.
No.
There we go.
There we go.
That's why I did it with 9 minutes to post. So in case I did something stupid like that, it wouldn't look like I was betting after the fact. After I win. Yeah.
Nice.
And Woodbine, I just saw they're showing the win pool right now, but they're showing all the pools, and I just saw they do have a swinger pool if you want to get into the swinger pool.
For those at home that want to know what the swinger pool is all about,
swinging.
It may not be what you think. It may be a little bit more disappointing than you thought.
Yeah. It's just
with less chance of crabs.
Right. And there's the omni of possibilities.
Yes. Less
the
chance of crabs because you're not close to the coast. There you
cameraman
go. That's something. Yes.
trying
All right.
to
We will.
for Catherine Day, Sean.
Yeah.
Bet 2 across. Go ahead. 21-1. Go ahead and bet 2 across just to be covered.
Yep. I always do. I always do. That's in. That is in. That is definitely in. Yeah, that was not the plan for her last race, was to go out and absolutely just get.
I actually remember that race.
Yeah, they just
when you said that about Walcott going out and going crazy, I'm like,
and
yeah,
like for like 6 straight days, I was up there. All he was doing was just sending people's horses like suicides, and they were all, I'm like, it's not the way you get back on people's.
That is why Campos is now on this horse.
Yeah, right, exactly. And he's better coming from behind than he fits her better.
But in that last race, which this horse didn't finish well, and the horse that finished second in there is your one.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah, I think Patrick's horses, yeah. And keep getting better. The 9's numbers just, tower over people, but
yeah,
but she hasn't won yet.
Yep.
Gotta find that line first. Yeah.
2 necks. 2 necks. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens here.
The one looks good on the track.
Yeah.
4 is on his toes.
Got Cassie, got husbands. A lot to go for the 1 there. Plains music.
I don't think we've seen Sophia tonight, have we, before this 9?
I don't think so.
Oh, is this her only ride? Or her first ride?
I think it's her first ride tonight. I don't think she's been up.
Woo. She's storing it up for this.
She's been riding it. She rides at Finger Lakes on the days that she's not up here. So she may have just gotten up here.
Wow. Got a lot of frequent flyer miles with the,
exactly.
the old passport there. Yeah.
She and her boyfriend Kai Barkoa, her fiance there.
Oh, is that who she's with?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Yep. That's why she's at Finger Lakes.
Okay. The superfecta you do not want to bet is 3495. Bet anything but that.
Yeah.
Definite loser.
Getting cold just thinking about it.
Chuck it out.
Just throw it away.
Oh, let me get Mr. Robert Giller on the line here.
This 3, Mo Argento, maybe you mentioned this before. Previously trained by Peter Yurton.
Yeah.
Irad Ortiz had a ride.
Yeah. At Colonial.
Yeah.
Turn now of Mo Argento.
Yeah, the 3's definitely my top pick in here, and 7-2 I think is a gift.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the 9 makes sense on paper, but the 3 was the one I was going to try to beat it with. Rafi is 2 for 2 tonight. Let's see if he can go 3 for 3.
Yeah.
Lamar on the rider. Next is Lady on the Nile. Goes to gate 5.
Yeah, 3 with 159.
Manifesting is about.
Good luck, everyone.
Let's get a score
here.
Is still out, as is Tequila Supernova. It is manifesting.
Going in. Ooh, little kick.
Kick, but
she loves apples.
Has gone in.
She will eat apples all
Crumlin
day.
Beach moves up. Tequila Supernova will be the last outside gate for the start.
Locked up.
They're set to run off their race, and Tequila Supernova got out the best from the outside. A bit awkwardly out was Catherine's Cub, shooting for the lead near the inside. It is going lucky, and on the rails. Let's Go Super have run to the front from Tequila Supernova. Lady on the Nile and Mo Argento darting up the rail. A length and a half Catherine's Cup, Crumlin Beach, and 3 away last is Manifesting. Early on, it's out of the lead. Patrick Husbands, Let's Go Super. Lying together second, Going Lucky, and on the outside, Tequila Supernova with the rail, Mo Argento. 2 lengths away, Lady on the Nile and Catherine's Cub. A break of 3 to Crumlin Beach. The trailer on the inside is Manifesting. 6 or 7 lengths covers the field. At the 3/8 they run. Let's Go Super by a length to Going Lucky.
Yeah.
Tequila
Yes, yeah.
Supernova the outside.
Hopefully
as
a
they try to
fading
muscle in.
firster.
Over on the inside, Mo Argento.
The one I was
that
afraid
pack
of,
still
too.
going strongly. 2 lengths away, Catherine's Cub. From the back, Manifesting
Reed-
is winding
he's
up well.
Reed's
Crumlin
sitting
Beach to the
nice.
outside. Lady on the
Reed's
Nile, the
there.
rail as they turn.
That
Let's
two's
Go
pressuring
Super,
hard.
Going Lucky on the
Let's get that
outside.
two
Sharing the
right.
lead with Mo Argento and Tequila
Let's get that
Supernova down
two
the
right.
Three's
outside.
alive.
Going Lucky on the outside. Going Lucky's going to the lead. On the inside, Let's Go Super.
Yeah, the two is
Catherine's
gonna
Cup
win that
running
race.
on, but Going Lucky steps away from them. And
Katerina.
not just luck, this one has plenty of depth.
Carolina
And Going
Vasilieva.
Lucky, a talented
Look at
prospect,
this.
wins
It's the
well by
first
3.5
is
to
1-2.
Catherine's Cup. Let's Go Super
Look
and
at
Mo
that.
Argento. And
The
time
firsters
for the
are
race
1-2.
is
The first is a 1-2.
1:17.64.
Wow.
The new rule, if
4.
firstie checks in and you have 2 firsters, you bet the 2 firsters.
Yeah, yeah.
Said firsters and a firstie.
That is
Yeah.
the new rule.
Oh my God.
That is the new rule. All right. So
13
okay.
to 1 on top.
Okay. So here we go. So 2 followed by 4.
4
Going
and
Lucky
1
was
and
the winner,
3.
number 2 in the first
Colin had
quarter.
3,
Went in
4,
22
9,
and
5.
3.
That was
A
close.
half a mile was up in 45 and 2 and 3
I don't
quarters.
think anyone,
1,
none
10 and
anyone
3.
was close there.
The time
His bet worked just as well as mine.
64. The winner is 2 Going
Mine
Lucky.
wouldn't even have been
Photo
close.
for place.
Exactly. Augustine Stables, normally known for Jonathan Shepard and down here, coming with a big win. Ryan Munga, my buddy, 13 to 1. I usually give Katerina. A start, but man, that horse was loaded. That was a very professional, nice race there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That 2 was prepped.
The 9 lost the race right out of the start. You know,
Second home is
Not
I thought-
Catherine's Cub. Third is 1 Let's
I thought
Go
coming around the
Super.
turn, the
Fourth is
9
3
still had a
Mo
shot,
Argento.
but
2, 4,
Yeah.
1, 3.
definitely not loaded like these other horses.
no, but she had her back. I don't think she wants anything to do with back. You know, she
Yeah,
wants
yeah.
to go. You know,
Whew. Well then.
well,
Hey, we got a first or next race, by the way. Just letting you guys
yeah,
know.
I know. Seriously, first you can just stay with us for like 20 more minutes. We'll just bet the rest of our thing on the first, or and then just cash it.
Just push it forward.
Yeah, first the dinner's canceled, buddy. You got to stay here for the last race.
Doesn't like the sound of that.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah, this horse really impressed.
Yeah. Looks really good.
I just sent Ryan a message. I said, "You just made 13 to 1 look like a gift."
Seriously.
There's
That horse is
Katerina
loaded.
Vasieva.
Bring him right across, guys. Right across. Right
A
across.
very nice debut
across.
performance. It's a winning
Yeah,
one
that's
for
great right
Going
there. That's
Lucky.
perfect.
Congratulations to the team. And that's Katerina
Yeah.
Vasilieva training here for Augustine Stable and winning rider Ryan
Most
Munga.
famous green and
Ray
white
Rowan,
colors.
3-year-old filly by Looking at Lucky from Going
In
Out.
many races in
Bred
the
by
United
George
States.
Strawbridge
Handicap.
Jr. in Kentucky. Going Lucky is a 1-for-1 record in a very solid win tonight. And the prices are
Indeed.
coming
If you
up
want to
shortly.
talk about a powerhouse family, by the way, right? George Strawbridge owns what do you call it? Augustine Stables, right?
Okay.
His sister is Live Oak.
Ah,
Talk about a powerful racing family,
indeed.
otherwise known as Campbell's Soup. That's why all their horses are Let's Go Super, and because it's the family that owns Campbell's Soup.
Oh, no kidding. I did not
Yeah.
know that.
That's
Wow.
why a lot of those horses are super, because they're
Yeah. That's where that comes from.
Campbell's Soup.
How about that?
What a powerful 1-3 for the family.
Indeed.
Yeah, exactly. All right. We're going to turn the page. Tim, you're going to win this one for us here in race 7.
I got
No
it.
pressure.
No pressure.
7 furlongs, maiden optional claiming 49.2 for maiden fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. There we go. And we got, I think the one is scratched in here.
Yep.
And yep. There you go.
Don't need the one. We're good.
We don't need the one.
Don't need the one.
Okay. No, absolutely don't need the one here. We don't need the one. We don't, no stinking one. Exactly. All right.
I'm curious to see where the odds go early on in this one.
Yes.
Let me see.
I was pretty clear. I was pretty clear in this one with 3 horses I liked. I struggled a little bit with the order, but
yeah.
I love it in this race.
There's some good odds right now. Like the 9 horse is currently the favorite at 4-1. So I'm gonna get some value across here, but of course it's early. I'm getting ahead of myself, I realize, but we'll see if that holds. Sometimes early money comes in and completely destroys the odds.
Yeah,
for a short
our
time.
friend Sarah Ritchie. Yeah, she just moved her barn this year. Lopa de Vega, the same dad as what's his name from Caddyshack.
Carl Spackler.
Carl Spackler. Yep. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. I will start first, my friend. And I am going to go here with the 5 out of a rip for Miss Catherine Day Phillips. Austin Adams is back aboard. Ran 7 furlongs and drove the last turf race out. Didn't want anything to do with it. Like they were done like within. She was done within like the first like couple of steps in that turf race. Throw that thing out.
Okay.
But the last race ran against a horse named Snatched, who had been running in stakes races, and only lost by 3.5. Was leading, got passed, but Snatched is a very good horse that I think is just better than some of the horses that have faced in here. And I think she's clearly the horse to beat. My second horse is Rana, Sarah Ritchie, Sevilla Vivas. This horse 2 times on the turf just did not want anything to do with it. It ran okay, but it had fade in the stretch. But her last 7 furlong race was just got absolutely brushed on the last one, but almost led the whole way versus Lemoncello Spritz. And get Sophie on here, so she could definitely be in contention for sure. And the third pick on here was, let me see what I have here, was the 2 Beach Cricket. This horse ran against Our Lady and I'm in the 3 Isle, who ran in the big stake. Oh, she scratched the 2 is 5-1. I'm sorry.
Who's in?
I think Kevin Attard. Yeah, I think this horse is better than it's shown. Going back to 6 furlongs, lost to Our Lady, Vintage Ring. That was a really tough race. I think she's found the right group. Maybe at a price come in third. But I am 5, 9, and 2.
So Tim's got this one. I'll take over from Sean here. Sean, you and I are very close on this one, just different order, and I'll give you a 4th one that I really like in here too, that opened up as a price but has come down. So just like the last race, maiden optional claimer. If we put the firster aside, like what I like to look at last races and how they scored out for me. And I'll start with the 2, Beach Cricket. So I've got the 2 and the 9 as like kind of a 1A, 1B, but I'll start with Beach Cricket. I have that as that horse having the best last race. I have the horse having a very strong preference for the surface, likes the surface. A little bit better on turf, but on the all weather has also shown really well. I also have this horse on a class drop as well. Let's see, the race times I really like. We're going 7 furlongs here. It is a horse that sits a little bit further back and has a bit of a close. I'm hoping he shows more of that close here today. Yeah, so number 1 I give you is the 2. My number 2 I give you is the 9, Vrana, possibly named after the former winger Jakub Vrana, if you are a hockey fan.
That is,
this horse I've got as having the likely pace setter of the group. Usually sits just off the pace, but compared to the other horses here, when I averaged out where this horse sits, he seemed to be a bit more pace forward than the rest of the pack. The 3rd best last race of the group, the best adjusted race times for the group. I love a horse that sits just off the pace, and he sits just where I would want him to. Sophie is on the horse here, which is always solid. Dropped to 60.2, 5 furlong in its last workout. All these things I like. And like you said, the 5 is my 3rd horse. Loves the surface, probably the best horse for the surface, a horse that is getting closer to the pace, which is something I look for. Now, this horse, though, when I look at the last race, not the best of the group, which is why I'm going to give you the 4th one coming up here in a second. But in other respects, it graded out well for me. Like I said, the surface, the race times, the money won at the distance per race looks really good. I like the fact that he sits just off the pace, just like the 9 does. Especially at 7 furlongs, I think that's going to be advantageous. The next horse I'm going to give you is the 6 horse, which is currently 6-1, opened up at 12-1. This horse has the 2nd best last race, which I still think is a very good indicator. Has the best scores for me at the distance, jockey trainer sire combo, tops of the race. And then if you take the last 3 races and drop the worst one, averages out to be just a little bit better than the 5. So he's got my top marks there as well. Sits 2 tiers back, but the last race he was getting closer to the pace, as I mentioned. So he hits in that blue zone that I always like to talk about. The just off the pace, 1 to 2 lengths off, ready for a strike at the end there. So if I give them to you in the order that I read them, it is 2, it is 9, it is 5, and working 9 to 5. 2, 9, 5, and 6 rounds it out.
And Sean, your numbers again?
5, 9, 2.
So you guys give me a lot of horses, and nobody talked about the horse that's going to win the race.
Oh, really?
Oh, I did.
Is it the 10?
No. Although that would be Katerina going back to back with firsters.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
The Katerina Firster, exactly.
But that is not the horse.
That's not the horse?
The horse that's going to win this race is number 5, Juicy Hannah.
Yeah.
We talked about the 5.
Number 4.
Oh, you said the 5. The 4, Juicy Hannah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but wait a minute. Look at this. The person who's handling the 5 is Hannah. So that's interesting. So Hannah is handling the 5. Who's the 4's Hannah? This is interesting.
So
Sean, that is a juicy mention, just to round that out.
That is Hannah right there.
So here's the thing about this horse. If you go back and watch this last race, this horse debuted in a 6 furlong race here at Woodbine back on the 7th of August. And in that race, this horse just completely got left standing at the gate.
Yeah.
And out of a field of 9 was 13 lengths back at the first call. And came absolutely flying in the lane and finished 4th, beating only 2 3/4 lengths at a 6 furlong race. Now stretches out to 7, hopefully doesn't get the same left at the gate finish, is inside a little bit more. Deshaun Gaskin stays aboard. If this horse does everything that she did in the last race except stay in the gate, she gets out, she wins this race.
The comment on the PP is slow start, finished fast.
I think she, especially with the stretch out here, she's live. She's going to be a part. And then, so that was my top pick. The 9 makes all the sense in the world. All the numbers point to the 9, other than the eye test of watching that race and saying, oh, look at this horse come flying, and look at all of this, and look at how far back this horse was after getting left at the gate. That doesn't happen again. So that was more than numbers that led me to that decision on the 4, but the numbers lead me to the 9. My third pick, as far as numbers go, is the 5 for Catherine Day. This is a horse who came out first time off of a layoff since June and goes routing on the turf. Yes. Not what this horse wants to do. So now cuts back to 7 furlongs on the synthetic, which back in June is what this horse did to get her best speed figures. And that number is really competitive with the 9 and might even beat the 9 if she runs that race. So I definitely see why the 5 is the favorite right now. But because if she goes back to that June race, that number is good enough to beat this entire field. But I like the 4. I really think the 4 is live in here. So we'll keep watching. I did think even before, because I did this before knowing Katerina was going to win the last race. I do kind of like this firster a little bit on the outside.
Yeah. Sister Marjorie.
Although the numbers would say first time starter, 8.7%, already hit 1.
Yeah. And the other thing is, the sire is only 6% with first time starters. The dam, this is her first foal to race. So, there's a lot against this one.
Yeah. First time blinkers, 0%.
Yeah. No.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't like the 7 at all. I did a little bit until just seeing that Colin has this horse on top, so it's an auto toss.
Oh. Blinkers off 22% on the 7. But anywho, I digress.
Yeah, that last race, you can draw a line through it and say the horse needed that race. This is another one that was coming off a layoff since November. And if you go back to those numbers fit in here. They're not as good as some of the ones that are the best, but puts this horse on the board with those kinds of numbers. And that 28 August work is pretty sharp. So coming out of the race, has a couple of works since the last race.
Yeah.
Which is always good. Came off a layoff, ran a race, couple of sharp works, and comes right back.
Yeah.
Mike T's got win on the 2 and exactly key box 2 is 7-9. Colin's got 7-5-9, and Curtis has got key 7 with a 2-5-4-9-10.
One thing to note about the 7, that second race ran really well with Hernandez, switches to Pietro. Doesn't fare so well, but Pietro sticks on, doesn't go back to Hernandez, who's there today. And I don't even think he has a ride in this race, but he's not on this horse for some reason. You would think that he would get a ride here, but
you would think. A lot of love for the 5. If you look at the expert on-track handicapper selections there, lots of love for the 5.
Yep.
Whoa, children. Hey, there's your 4 sticking out.
There's no snatched in this field. If this horse runs like it did versus Snatched, everybody else is running for second.
Wow, I had the 5 third, and they have it as a clean sweep across the board as number 1.
Well, remember the last race was on turf, and they didn't want anything to do with it whatsoever. So now they're back on the main track.
I think that was
that's a big factor.
Just a paid workout.
Yeah. Completely empty.
And the one before that,
to my friend Michelle Love, who was scratched on the 1. Exactly.
The 5, the third race for the 5 though, wasn't that off turf? So they tried to race this horse twice on turf. Went off
Yeah.
turf. Am I
Yeah,
seeing that right?
You mean the June 19th race?
That's the one.
Yeah, that was the one that was
Yes.
originally scheduled for turf, and then
Yes.
she moved off. Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah,
then,
it was scheduled for the inner and rained off.
yeah, and Snatch entered only because they're trying to get it off the turf, and then
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so yeah, and the last race tried and just like was there for like 4 minutes for a coffee break, and then just said goodbye.
Yeah.
I wanted nothing to do with this service.
Yeah. We'll see. 3-1. Okay, 3-1's not bad on the 5.
No.
I was thinking people are over betting this horse, but opened at 5-2, currently 3-1. That's fair. That's fair. No one else likes my 6, huh? Bobby's got my 6 in there.
Six, anything with Ford and Parente,
Yeah.
All right,
The
gentlemen,
interest-
it's the last race of the evening. We have $27 in the bankroll,
Love it.
6 minutes to post, and we need to give the folks time to bet. So let's do this.
We do.
We're going to kiss this one. We're going to kiss it. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple. And I'm talking to myself. So we're just going to do a $4 try box, 459, $24.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Love it. Keep it simple.
I told you, I really liked when I went over this race a couple of times. It's like 459, 954, 4, and it's like, I like 3 horses. I struggle with the order, and I'm like, these are my 3 horses.
Yeah.
I hate to tell Colin that the one I would add in next is the 7, but I don't want to tell him that.
Okay, we'll keep that to ourselves. He doesn't need to know.
Don't tell Colin.
Yeah.
Don't tell. Tell away, Johnny O'Brien. There's Verona.
You mean, wait, Paul is saying that somebody on the Eagles 6 seconds into the opener was expelled from the game.
Yeah, because they spat on somebody.
Spit on a cowboy. Are you someone from Philadelphia did something dirty?
I know, exactly.
I'm totally shocked.
I'm not going to believe it until I see it.
Yes. It's the city of brotherly love.
Yeah. And the team represents that.
Yeah, they represent the city of Philly as good as you can.
Yes,
That's right.
Indeed.
In 2 weeks, I'll go down and spit on them back.
It's the Boston way.
Exactly.
May have spit, but you're not the first spitter.
Right, exactly. Right. Exactly. We were here before you turkeys. Exactly.
Five is down to 2-1.
Yep.
Who's your favorite?
Now, what is the CAW situation at Woodbine in Canada in general? Is it the same as most of the United States where it's open and free?
No, because they shut them off like 2 minutes beforehand. So no.
So they do the same as Del Mar.
Yeah. You really can't.
Okay.
Yeah. So you really can't. Yeah. Some odds will change, but not to that extent now.
Okay. That's good to know. Because we're at 3 minutes to post now, so we can see who gets hammered here by the cause.
So interestingly, looking at the will pays in here, the lowest double. Anyone want to guess? Anyone want to guess?
The lowest double. Oh, guessing the horse or guessing the payout?
The number of the horse.
5.
The 5.
The 2.
The 2. Yeah. Okay. Woodbine is notorious. By the way, Woodbine is notorious. Their doubles are so off the wall sometimes.
Okay,
It's
so
like-
let's
it's
go to
like
the pick 3, the lowest pick 3. Which one is it?
5.
The
The
2.
9.
2? Is it really?
The pick 4.
2?
The 2. The pick 6.
2.
Gotta be
The
the 2.
The 5.
They are
Guys,
so.
follow me on Twitter.
So the pick 6 is the only one that has the 5 favored. Everything else, the pick 2, 3, and 4, we'll call it 2, the double, but all have the 2 favored.
Okay. Makes
And I-
sense to
and I-
me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me. The 2 part, at least.
Yeah.
That was my top pick. So
Yeah, I like them, but yeah.
but I'll say no more about it because he's not in
Yeah.
our try box here.
Now I have to bet because I can't see the damn screen.
Sean's getting itchy.
Exactly.
Sean's going against my bet. He's betting on the 2.
Not the
Indeed.
2. No, not the 2. Exactly. Not the 2. Guarantee you not the 2.
Sean's like, that 10 is sounding real juicy right now.
Yeah, that's right.
Which one?
Oh,
30.
oh no. Whoops. There you go. There we go. All right.
I'm
Gustavo
curious who Sean.
to win. First day's going Katerina.
Yeah.
Oh, Messi scored tonight. Huh?
Boo.
Thank you. 147. Thank you to everybody joining us tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you everyone for checking in. Don't forget to hit the like button. Always glad to have you here watching with us.
Yeah,
Glad you
while
guys
we
enjoy
load
this.
up, just one more quick shout out. The formula has a video out right now going through capping the card for Kentucky
Yeah.
Downs for Saturday.
Yes,
Make sure you
definitely
check
check
that
that
out
out.
to where he's going to give you his top pick and his value pick for each one of those races. Colin and I also have a doubling down for 2 of the races there to where make sure you also go to the doubling down and check out and get in the monthly contest and compete for the prizes there. They've been pretty decent so far. So make
Yeah.
sure that you're competing for doubling down. Watch those videos. Make sure you like and follow on the channel. Everybody have a wonderful night and a great weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially check out that doubling down. Always a good show that Colin did. And Tim is on this week with Colin. He's been doing it with Vinny for a while. Vinny's always great, but fun to change up and get a couple other opinions. And Tim's
Vinny's
got
out
opinions.
cruising. He's out on the water.
He's got the cruise life going.
Yep.
Yeah, we've seen him post some
Yep.
pictures, so I hope
Yep.
he's enjoying his cruising. But Tim is a great fill-in. And yeah, I mean, I always just love talking Kentucky Downs. It's just so unique, short period of time,
Talawa.
and you can
out to
talk
gate
some
8.
long shots and not feel crazy about it because chances
The
are
last
some of
two
them are going to hit the
Verana and
board.
Sister Marjorie. Talawa,
Agreed.
quickly turned out, has 47 to 1.
I just think it's a fun track to play.
It is.
Yep.
It
You know,
really
it's a
is.
couple weeks. It's like give it a
Yeah.
shot, play it. You know, try for some prices. Try
Yeah.
what you like.
Slade Jones. Sophia Vives moves
Set
up
some money
with
aside and look for
Verana.
the ones that you really dig. We're up to
Exactly.
172 watchers, by the way, so
Back
we
for a
just
moment.
exploded by
Wait
30
for
people.
horse
So
eight.
thank you guys.
Settle
The
down.
2
Fast
just
will
went from
be
6 to 1 to
Sister
5 to
Marjorie.
2.
Makes
Wow,
sense.
look at that.
That's what the will pay say.
Yeah.
Was the feature
The cause
tonight.
have spoken.
They're almost ready. They're set to run now, all in and locked up.
All right, Tim, do your magic.
Let's go. 459.
Off they race and coming out like a bullet in front was Verana. And Verana almost like a head start, but in the lead, coming fast is out for Rip, and in the center, Talawa contesting that front roll has gone through to be in front. Talawa in the lead from Verana. A length and a half to out for Rip and Sister Marjorie. Very collected the center. Length and a half to Beach Cricket, Rio Amazing, Juicy Hannah. And last early is Malibu Betty. And the pace was a cracker early, but Talawa's raced away from the inside dramatically and has gone out about 7 or 8 deep off the rail.
Whoa.
Coming through on the inside out for Rip and
5 is
Sister
sneaking the
Marjorie, the
rail.
center with Verana. A couple of ways, very collected.
Look at
Two
the
to Rio
first girl up
Amazing's
there.
coming into it.
Look at the
Yeah.
10.
Field Beach Cricket, second last on the
66
inside.
to
Malibu
1 up
Betty and
there.
Juicy Hannah is last.
Yeah.
Talawa still in front, is only a couple off the rail now. Out for a rip through on the inside, is threading the needle to the lead. Length away, Verana.
Where's that
Then
for?
came System Marjorie, and running on the outside is very collected.
Like,
Rio Amazing up
starting
the
to
rail,
run
finishing
just
well.
into the
A
back.
gap the others turning, and now the leader
Come
out
on,
for a rip a
Austin.
length. Rio Amazing cutting home on the
Come
inside,
on,
sees
Austin.
daylight and bursts to the lead. And Rio Amazing has hit the front.
That turn.
Joining
Come on,
is
four.
Verana.
Here comes the
On
four. Come on,
inside,
four.
kicking on is out for rip behind them, and out wide are very collected. Verana's hit the front from Rio Amazing. Juicy
Verana.
Hannah's coming home well out wide. Verana's the leader.
Come on,
To
Juicy.
second, very collected. Out wide, Juicy
The
Hannah.
five died,
It's
though.
Verana going
Yeah.
on to score for the barn of
Yeah.
Sarah Ritchie nicely. 2 lengths. Very collected second. Juicy
Sarah
Hannah third.
Ritchie, my girl.
Rio
Juicy got
Amazing fourth
third.
and out for a rip.
Yeah.
124.
So you know what we needed? We needed the 7.
Oh,
Colin
don't say
7
it.
instead of the 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's all.
Oh,
And what was your next horse, Tim?
My next
The
one is 7.
Yeah.
Beautiful win by Verana. Number 9.
974.
First. Began
We were
Oh!
the stretch to score. Second is 7. Very collected.
That's going to pay, too.
Third is 4. Juicy Hannah.
There's no 2 and no 5.
Six.
That is going to
You-
pay.
You know what? I'm
Five
stupid.
out for rip.
Seriously,
Fifth
I was
numbers
trying to
from
use all the
Jack by
bankroll,
5.
and I took
Yeah.
3 horses at 4
4, 6, 5. The
instead of
opening
adding
quarter,
4 horses at
23
2.
a half in
Yep.
46.
If I do 4
Yeah.
horses at 2, we just hit that trifecta.
Time 124.
Yeah.
On the
Oh!
look at that, man.
I'm sick.
Oh,
I know. All right.
And my 4 was 11 to 1.
I know. Oh,
Yeah.
he's going to pay stacks.
Yeah, stacks on stacks.
I'm thrilled for Sarah Ritchie. That's a big win.
So 9 over 7. Not okay. So 9 over 7 is 42 on a $1 bet for the exacta, and you're putting
Wow.
11 underneath. So let's do the trifecta game on this. I think that's going to pay.
Wait. Check this out. Look at this. I got the try. Thanks to Tim for the 4.
Hey, only winners in the lounge.
Only winners
Who would have thought one of them
allowed.
was Colin?
Now Bobby had it but didn't box it. Oh,
Oh, Bobby, no.
I'm sick for betting that instead of betting 4 horses.
Yeah,
Oh, that makes me mad.
you could have keyed your 4 or
Yeah.
keyed the 9, and yeah, I mean, and then you would have saved a few more dollars too. Yeah, yeah. I think so. On a 50-cent, I always think in terms of 50 cents. I think this is going to pay $2.50. So if we talk about 20 cents,
A much deserved win by Verana, who's gone close.
Then
to the
100,
fastest
right?
tonight. Very impressive.
Thanks,
The
James, as
4-year-old
always,
Dave
my
Lilly
friend.
getting the victory.
yeah, I'll say
Just by
100 on a 20 cent. This is going to pay.
there's Sarah and
Congratulations
Linda.
to
Good
the
job,
Sarah
girls.
Ritchie team.
What do you guys think this is going to pay on the
The
try?
Chipmunks was the dam, the Dandy Man dam, and it's NBL
Let's see.
Racing
I mean, the
Corp.
2
And
ended up
Sarah
being the
Ritchie winning
favorite and was
owners,
nowhere,
winning
by the
trainer Sarah
way.
Ritchie.
And
Sophia
you know, and the
Gomez,
5 is
trainer.
out at 7 to 2. So yeah, I mean,
Kevin and
I
Chipmunks
really
syndicate,
think it
locally
might
the
even be a
Vegas
little
syndicate
bit
bred
more,
the winner
like
in Ireland. It is
120,
Verana, the
130
final
for
race
20
winner, 6
cents.
to 1.
For 20 cents. Yeah,
Yeah.
I keep thinking that too. I think like at a 50-cent, this could have paid 300.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking like 250 to 300 territory.
Let's see here.
I hope so for Colin's
Oh,
sake.
I'm sick for not adding that 4th horse in.
Colin, great hit, bud.
James White, thanks for checking in,
Oh.
bud.
And you know, the 6 just snuck in for 4th, but the 5 was right behind that. So my top 4 were almost top 4. So
Yeah.
What did that pay?
Yeah.
The trifecta 20-cent try paid $84.
Oh, lower than I thought, but still,
Yeah,
that's
well,
going to pay
yeah.
well.
But that's for 20
I mean, when you
cents.
multiply
That's,
it.
that's still so that's one
I mean,
150
for $2, which is what we would have had, that's an $840 trifecta.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dummy. You dummy.
Peace out. I'm out. Have a good one.
Yeah. Good times, guys. Good times.
No, always,
On that
always
note.
great. Always great. Well done.
Yeah,
Thank
well
you
done,
guys
guys.
as always.
He'll
my
get
friends.
out
Have
there
a great
before
weekend.
he loses all of the light and we can't even see him in his car.
Exactly. Yeah. See
All
you
right,
guys
guys.
soon. Thanks,
See
bud.
ya.
Have a good week.